Serious test for England tonight.
Yeah, they are just looking all over the pitch. Spain have got immense talent. England going long early, getting the ball up to Russo, picking up the second balls. There's a real fizz about it already, Ali.
Yeah, looking forward to England in the white shirts, dark blue shorts and white socks, playing from left to right in the first half as we look at it. And the world champion Spain, they've made 5 changes to the team tonight. They are in the red and gold, and it's England who have the ball inside their own half. The one change tonight made by the head coach Sarina Wiegman is in goal. Chelsea's Hannah Hampton is the goalkeeper for England tonight. The back four of Lucy Bronze, Leah Williamson, Millie Bright and Niamh Charles. Kira Walsh sits in front of them, back playing her football in the WSL at Chelsea now. 2 Manchester United players either side of her, Grace Clinton and Ella Toone, as a Spain attack flounders. Ball over the top towards Parayuelo. It clears her and runs through to Hannah Hampton. And England's front 3 tonight: the inform Alessia Russo at centre forward, Lauren James on the left, and Jess Park of Manchester City on the right. Bronze chests the ball down, plays a little pass into the midfield. It comes back to Williamson. She goes low up the touchline towards Park. Spain have won the ball inside England's half. They've immediately given it away. There's Park again. Short pass into midfield. England having to battle hard to keep the ball here. Lucy Bronze trying to get away down the right-hand side. And Spain have won it. And here's Arsenal's Mariona Caldente, who plays back into her back 4. So we are 90 seconds into the game at Wembley, and twice there in the early stages is England playing it around inside their own half and Spain right on top of them.
Yeah, there's real fizz about it. Good intensity, ball speed's high. Both teams, zipping it around the wet Wembley turf, which it makes for such a great game when the pitch is zippy, and the quality on the pitch now just lends itself to us watching a high-intensity game.
England have now won it inside Spain's half. Clinton, ball back to the halfway line to Kira Walsh. She turns, finds Bronze with a low pass to her right. Bronze tries to get an England attack going. Forward to Park. She runs beyond her. Park has Olga Carmona, scored the winner in the World Cup final, of course, breathing down her neck. Spain have won the ball. And here is the winner of the last 2 Ballon d'Or awards in the women's game, Aitana Bonmati, who takes possession of the ball for Spain, comes back to the goalkeeper. Then Paredes, the captain and centre-back, forward into the midfield. Claudia Pina, short figure in the inside right channel, holds onto the ball for a second. England try to close this down, chasing the ball all the way up to the halfway line. Russo continues to give chase. It comes across to Maria Mendes. We are almost 3 minutes in here at Wembley. And it's England 0, Spain 0. Group A3 of the Women's Nations League. And when we get a break in play, I'll explain just why this game is so important, as Parajuelo gets down the left, wins the first corner for Spain. Her cross into the box is deflected by Bronze behind, so Spain will get the first attacking set piece.
Yeah, the first opportunity for Spain to shift the ball right to left, getting in Paralluelo on the left-hand side, who's played wide left here with Olga Carmona, like you say, Ali, the World Cup winning goal scorer, playing at left back for Spain. She likes to maraud forward, but she might play a little bit more reserved. Either way, both of them will give Lucy Bronze a difficult evening. Corner
for Spain will come in from the left. England's women haven't won in their last 3 games at Wembley. Defending this corner now. In it comes, very deep towards the edge of the penalty area. Nodded towards Carmona. Doesn't have time to get the shot away. England get bodies in the way. Spain being forced back towards the halfway line. Bonmati keeps the ball, feeds it down the left to Pina, the Barcelona forward, working infield here, just outside the England penalty area, looking for a 1-2. Spain hold on to it. It comes back to the 21-year-old Parayuelo. Then Pina slides a little pass through in the inside left channel. Bronze is there, gets it back to the goalkeeper, Hannah Hampton. Long ball from her, clears Russo, and Spain pick up possession again. I've got a feeling England are going to be doing a lot of work without the ball this evening.
Yeah, but so far they've looked really aggressive, really tight. They're getting really close in on Spain. You know, they're dropping off, but they're happy to. But as long as you do that and you get up to the ball when it goes in your space, you have to defend aggressively.
Carmona's crossing from the left-hand side, just too much on that. Clearance on the half volley, midway inside the England half. There's the left-back Carmona, not enough on the pass there, so England have it inside their own half. Here's Park, clever turn from her, trying to wriggle away down the right-hand side. Sliding challenge from Carmona, and the ball is out for a throw-in to England. In the Premier League, Manchester United were a goal behind. They lead Ipswich 2-1 at Old Trafford. Manchester City a goal up away to Tottenham. Otherwise, it is goalless. West Ham Leicester tomorrow in the Premier League, keeping you across what's going on in the Scottish Premiership tonight as well. Celtic beating Aberdeen 5-1 last night to extend their lead to 16 points at the top of the table. Let's give you the Spain team. Goalkeeper Catacol has the ball at her feet right now. 5 changes, 2 in the full-back positions. Barcelona's owner Batja is in at right back. Carmona we've mentioned at left back. Irina Paredes is the captain alongside Real Madrid's Maria Mendes. Laia Alexandri of Manchester City in the holding role, normally fulfilled by Teresa Abellera. She is not involved this evening. Bonmati and Arsenal's Caldente alongside Alexandri in central midfield. Pina, Parayuelo and Lucia Garcia, who now plays a club football over in Mexico, but scored 2 goals here at Wembley in the FA Cup final for Manchester United last season. England fans applauding as a ball is won down by the dead ball line, flicked away by Niamh Charles. It goes out for a throw into Spain. So 6 minutes in, Women's Nations League here at Wembley. It is England 0, Spain 0. More thoughts from Izzy Christiansen in just a second. Let's head back to Tottenham, though. John Southall watching Tottenham against Manchester City.
Well, Manchester City still lead by 1-0, but another great chance for City. Doku to Haaland, 7 yards out, straight at Vicario. Should be 3-0 this game. Tottenham 0, Man City 1.
The other goals so far tonight have come at Old Trafford. John Bennett.
Manchester United made an awful start to this game, but they're in control. 2-1 up against Ipswich. Xerxes and Garnacho having fun in attack for United. They're in complete control. Manchester United 2, Ipswich 1.
Nottingham Forest against Arsenal is third against second. Chris Coles.
And it's still 0-0. Arsenal having all of the possession. They're getting into dangerous areas, but not finding the route through to Matsel's goal very clear. And Forest still looking good on the break. 0-0.
Next stop as we bounce around the grounds is Brentford-Everton. James Gregg.
Brentford 0, Everton 0 at the moment. Brian Mbomo has been superb, looking to dart in down the right-hand side, try and find Visser, Damsgaard and any of the other usual suspects for Brentford. Everton holding their own at the moment, but not really creating anything for themselves. Brentford 0, Everton 0.
Parayuelo inside the England penalty area. Clever feet trying to get the shot away, and England eventually managed to get it away through Millie Bright. That was dangerous.
Yeah, I've got a feeling we're going to be saying Parayuelo a lot this evening, Ali, because she's had a fantastic start to the game. And interestingly, I'm just watching Spain build up in possession. Their manager, Montse Tom, has instructed Olga Carmona and Parayuelo to keep feeding the ball wide down this left-hand side. That's clearly a target onto Lucy Bronze.
Oh, Hannah Hampton taking a risk here inside the 6-yard box. Eventually Garcia's dragged her back, so that's going to be a free kick. Did really well under pressure there before the game. Is you were talking about just how good she is with her feet. That showed it.
Yeah, absolutely. And she's also showed it in the opening 5 minutes as well. She drilled a ball out to Lucy Bronze, pinpoint. It landed on her England badge on her chest. And that is an example of how accurate and clean and tidy her distribution is, which it's like having another outfield player on the pitch.
Hibs have equalised at Tannadice. Dundee United 1, Hibs 1. What about Kilmarnock Rangers? Kicked off at 8 o'clock. Gavin Wallace.
0-0 at the moment, Ali, after 7 minutes. Brad Lyons from range on 2 made sure Butland had to tip it over, and Hamza Egaman was through, and he had posted a great save from O'Hara. 0-0.
England have possession at the moment at Wembley. England 0, Spain 0 in the Women's Nations League. This the second game in the group. Ball is played up towards Russo. First touch from her is a good one. Back it comes into midfield. Curling pass out to the left-hand side. England want to get Lauren James involved as much as they can. They've done that now. Step over on the corner of the penalty area. Pass comes across to Toon in her bright orange boots. Little 1-2 in midfield there. Best possession football we've seen from England so far tonight. It continues with Toon bringing the ball across to the right. There's Bronze. Bronze has Parayuelo just in front of her, who chases her back towards the halfway line. Bronze lays it off to Millie Bright. Bright plays a little 1-2 with Niamh Charles, then floats the pass with the left foot, and Jess Park has to leap to head the ball, keep it in play. Parayuelo is there, couple of touches. Back to Carmona, the left back. Dummies a clearance with the left foot, and Park nips in, makes the tackle, actually wins England the throw.
Yeah, excellent spell of possession from England, zipping the ball around quickly. They're matching the intensity that Spain are pressing them at with the ball speed. They're just gaining a little bit of control, getting their hands on this game and playing some really nice football in the midst.
21-year-old Grace Clinton spotted a bit of space there, looks for the 1-2 with Toon. Spain have cleared it. Niamh Charles controls it on the volley. Awkward for Bright, did well to fashion a pass there and get it towards Lauren James. That's a really good 1-2 edge of the penalty area. James continues to run, trying to get onto that left foot, possibly to release a shot. Runs into a Spanish defender. Spain start to bring it away, and then Paraguelo is brought down unceremoniously there by Grace Clinton. Free kick for Spain. England 0, Spain 0.
Yeah, it's the first glimpse that these fans here at Wembley have felt and seen of Lauren James getting the ball on the dribble. She sort of traversed across the 18-yard box. No Spain player wanted to tackle her. And I actually think she should have slipped Jess Parkin down the right-hand side, who was clean through. She opted to drift inside, trying to manufacture the ball onto her left foot to whip it in. But another good spell for England. Lauren
James, one of 6 Chelsea players in the starting 11 tonight. 6 Barcelona players in the Spanish starting lineup. Caldente of Arsenal has won Spain another corner. It will come in again from the left, and the centre-backs come rumbling forward to take their positions. One of the things I enjoyed is watching the Spain pre-match warm-up was quite often they'll sort of break into defenders and attackers will concentrate on shooting. All the defenders involved in the attacking drills.
Well, that says everything about the deeper roots of Spanish football, doesn't it?
Corner then for Spain. Again will come in from the left. Driven this one, right-footed towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Ball is loose, it hits the bar. Hannah Hampton was beaten. The ball still inside that England penalty area. Down by the dead ball line, away on the left-hand side. Paraguelo is there. England forcing her out towards the corner flag, and Spain eventually have to settle for a throw. They came very, very close to taking the lead.
It was Lucia Garcia, who's playing in the false 9. Former Manchester United player inside that 6-yard box. The ball dropped her and she absolutely thrashed it. It crashed against the crossbar. Hannah Hampton escaped, and so do England.
England under pressure early on in the first half here at Wembley. Brentford-Everton in the Premier League kicked off at 7:30 tonight, so they'll be approaching half-time. James Gregg.
Yeah, Brentford 0, Everton 0. On the break, Everton striker Beto only had Ethan Pinnock standing between he and Mark Flecken in the Brentford net. Pinnock slipped on the greasy grass, but Beto, who looked certain to score one-on-one, Flecken stood tall. Great save. Would have been completely against the run of play. It remains Brentford 0, Everton 0. Like you say, Ali, approaching half-time, 42 minutes play.
Just watching the replay here of Garcia's left-footed effort. The ball bounced up on her, did really well to get the power behind the shot from close range. Came crashing back off the crossbar. She was one of the goal scorers for Spain on Friday night against Belgium, as they came back from 2-0 down, scored 2 goals in added time to win it. Goal at Kilmarnock, I'm hearing, Gavin Wallace.
And it's not a good start for Barry Ferguson as interim bosses. Joe Wright has just fired Kilmarnock into the lead. The corner from this left-hand side alley, right above everyone else, to head home. Kilmarnock 1, Rangers 0.
More conversations for Chris Sutton to have with those Rangers fans in the Glasgow pubs. Kilmarnock leading Rangers by a 1-0. Lauren James deep for England, central midfield, brilliant fleet of foot, great turn. England fans enjoying that. Plays the ball back here to Leah Williamson, takes real care with her pass up the right-hand touchline. Lucy Bronze came off at half-time actually on Friday, probably to be ready again to start this game, and actually England did lose their way a bit, didn't they, on Friday night against Portugal?
That's correct, and of course her assist for Alessia Russo's goal was exceptional, but she's had a very involved start to this match, Lucy Bronze, both in and out of possession, but she does look sharp. She looks ready for the challenge ahead.
Ball played back by Leah Williamson to Chelsea's Hannah Hampton, all in green, the England goalkeeper. Fizzes another low pass, skidding across the immaculate playing surface here, controlled by Niamh Charles. Back to Millie Bright. Millie Bright goes upfield down the left-hand side of the pitch. Toon is there, lays it off to Charles, up towards Russo. Trying to hold the ball up for England just short of the halfway line. Can't quite do that, so Spain have it again just inside their own half, and a lot of space. That is dangerous for Bonmati to turn in. Suddenly she goes through the gears, picks up pace, lays the ball off to the left to Carmona, cross into the far post, and Charles, not taking any chances there, sticks a left foot on it and knocks it behind for a corner.
Yeah, safety first from Niamh Charles at left back, just covering that far post area. Olga Carmona, the left back, marauding forward for Spain, crossing the ball on the run into that back post area. But Niamh Charles had to deal with it, and she did the right thing. Taking you to some drama at Old Trafford in a second. Corner, though, for Spain here. 15 minutes in the Nations League at Wembley.
This one comes in from the right, deep in towards the far post, headed away by England. Carmona jumps, she's handballed that. Free kick, England, straight to Old Trafford, John Bennett.
Manchester United 2, Ipswich Town 1, but Manchester United down to 10 men. Patrick Dorgu sent off, he's had a nightmare. He was at fault for the Ipswich goal. Now he's been sent off. A sliding challenge on Amari Hutchinson, his boot on Hutchinson's shin. Manchester United 2, Ipswich 1.
When things like that happen, it gives us a chance to ask all our former ex-players on the shows with us worst games they've ever had in professional football. So I'm going to give Izzy Christensen just a little bit of time to think about that. It's not very kind of me,
Never
really.
any serious foul play, I must admit.
Oh,
Probably
good.
just more missing the target or something. Actually missing penalties.
Oh.
I was on penalties. I missed 2 in a row, and then I passed the responsibility on to someone else.
Yeah.
It's not a good feeling, that.
Sorry I brought it up. Aaron Lennon and Dion Dublin will have answers for us as well, I'm sure, at half-time. Liverpool-Newcastle just getting underway at Anfield this evening. Another goal at Kilmarnock, Gavin Wallace.
And it gets worse for Rangers, Ali. Kilmarnock 2, Rangers 0. Brad Lyons picks it up just at the edge of the box, opens his body, opens his foot, and curls it well beyond Jack Butlin. Kelly 2, Rangers 0.
Still England 0, Spain 0 here in the Women's Nations League at Wembley. Just underway at Anfield, Maz Faruqi.
In the swirling rain, Ali, under the lights here at Anfield. Remember, no Alexander Isak in the Newcastle matchday squad tonight, and no Arne Slot in the touchline. He is watching up in the stands. We played less than a minute. Liverpool 0, Newcastle 0.
Inform Alessia Russo getting away down the left-hand side for England. She won the free kick or the throw there, is he?
It's a throw-in, but the right back on Abatier, I know it's a Six Nations at the moment, but she has just attempted a rugby tackle on Alessia Russo. She was stopping her progressing down that left wing at all costs. She dived onto the ball. It was almost like a seal.
Russo, the goal scorer for England on Friday night. 13 goals for Arsenal so far this season. 6 goals in the last 13 caps for England. Here's Jess Park on the right, trying to get the ball back to Bronze. Parayuelo is there, blocks it, and it goes out for a throw. Parayuelo, former sprinter, by the way, against Lucy Bronze. What a brilliant battle that is going to be tonight.
Yeah, Lucy Bronze's hamstrings will be feeling it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Either way, that's for sure. But yeah, it's been a really good matchup. 2 world-class players going up against it so far, and you can feel the Wembley crowd really getting into this, enjoying what they're seeing, because all in all, it's a high-level game of football.
Definitely, yeah. Skills on show, this time from Bonmati, running away from Bronze, twisting and turning in the left-back position. Doesn't just want to hoof it downfield. Bronze thinks she's won a corner for England there, and she has, just by sticking to her task. Bonmati didn't want to clear long, and eventually has had to concede the corner.
Yeah, 2 former teammates at Barcelona there, Lucy Bronze and Bonmati, who of course holds the Ballon d'Or. She's an unbelievable player, but Lucy Bronze knew better there, just to aggressively press her, give her no option. And now England have got a corner in a promising area.
Half-time whistles blowing in the Premier League as Lauren James takes the corner, swinging away and headed away to the edge of the penalty area, cleared up towards the halfway line. Niamh Charles comes steaming across for England, then chips the ball forward with her right foot towards Lauren James, who's clearly offside. Free kick for Spain, so let's go to the City ground. Half-time, Nottingham Forest against Arsenal. Chris Coles.
0-0. Arsenal the better, but Forest defending really well, restricting the visitors to just one clear chance. Ricardo Calafiori, sharp turn and shot, hitting the inside of the post. Not too much at the other end for David Raya to worry about. Nottingham Forest 0, Arsenal 0.
Spain still waiting to take their free kick here. England 0, Spain 0. Back to Old Trafford, John Bennett.
It's Manchester United 2, Ipswich 2, another nightmare at the back, another goal for Jayden Philogene. He crossed it towards Liam Delap, but it evaded everyone off the skiddy surface, and it bounced in just before the break, 2-2.
Yeah, so far John Bennett's got the dream ticket tonight in terms of the Premier League football. What about Tottenham? John Southall watching Tottenham Hotspur against Manchester City.
Yeah, decent half, Ali. Spurs 0, Manchester City 1. The goal from Erling Haaland. Doku with the assist on the left-hand side. He's been terrific in the first half. Haaland finished into the bottom left corner, 20th league goal of the season. City should be 3 up. Savinho's missed a sitter. Haaland denied by Vicario. Spurs 1 chance. Danso with a header, tipped over by Edison. Tottenham 0, Man City 1.
Brilliant play by Lucy Bronze here at Wembley. Lucia Garcia was getting away down the left-hand side. Bronze came charging in, used her strength to knock her off the ball, then was fouled to win the free kick. I'm hearing a goal at Brentford. James Gregg.
Right on the stroke of half-time, the ball swinging from the right-hand side by Damsgaard. The ball headed by Brian Mbomo against the crossbar. It then fell beautifully to Johan Wissa, who made no mistake from less than a yard out. His 13th goal of the season. Brentford 1, Everton 0.
Sounds like another Damsgaard assist.
Yeah.
He's on fire, isn't he?
He really is. Spain bringing the ball up to the edge of the England penalty area. And then the shot comes in from the edge of the box. It was Bon Mati who was trying to work the space. In the end, the shot came from Pina. It was hit hard, always rising. Hampton had it covered. Spain the more threatening in the game so far. We played almost 20 minutes. It's England 0, Spain 0.
Yeah, it was a good strike by Pina. Just on the edge of the 18 on her left foot. Hampton had it covered. It almost looked like she tipped it over the bar, but she didn't actually need to get a hand to it. But this game has got such a good bite about it, I'm telling you.
England 0, Spain 0. Importance of the Nations League competition. This is the second edition of it. Spain the champions, by the way, having won the inaugural competition, beating France in the first ever Nations League final at the start of last year. Won that game by 2 goals to 0. This competition feeds directly into the qualifiers for World Cup 2027 in Brazil. So England, first and foremost, want to keep themselves in this top league of the Nations League to go into the top league of World Cup qualifying. Spain building an attack down the left-hand side. We're taking you to Anfield, though. Mas Faruqi.
Good early pressure from Liverpool, still goalless, but potentially we could have had a Liverpool penalty in the very early stages. Salah brought down by Hall in the area, Dion.
Yeah, I just think Lewis Hall got out of his depth there. He got done with the pace, he got done with the 1-2 with Szoboszlai. Salah's in behind him, and Lewis Hall just brings him down. Bit of a tap tackle if you're playing rugby.
Couple of minutes played, those 6 minutes played here, still goalless, Ali.
Rugby challenges going in all over the place
me and
tonight.
Dean are having a rugby off this evening, it sounds like, on 5 Live.
Spain, free kick, they've taken it just inside the England half. England drop back into their defensive shape. Spain's left back Carmona feeds it into the penalty area. Parajuelo tries to get the cross in, takes a deflection into the arms of Hannah Hampton. Half-time whistle's blown at Brentford. James Gregg.
Yeah, right on the stroke of half-time, Johan Wissa giving Brentford the lead here. They have been the better side, although the more clear-cut opportunities have been for Everton. Beto denied twice brilliantly by Fleck, and at the break, probably deservedly so, Brentford 1, Everton 0.
And John Bennett's got a lot to sum up at half-time at Old Trafford. John.
I'll try to keep it brief. It's 2-2 between Manchester United and Ipswich. 2 soft goals conceded by United. 1 red card. Dorgu sent off. An ugly challenge on Hutchinson before that. De Ligt had given United a 2-1 lead, but just before the break, Jayden Philogene equalised his second goal of the game. 2-2.
Niamh Charles getting away down the left-hand side for England is fouled just outside the Spain penalty area. That is Paredes who made the challenge. First yellow card of the night. Brilliant counter-attack from England. All set up, actually, Izzy, by Lauren James on the ball, deep inside her own half.
Yeah, there's so much resilience about the way that Lauren James can just hold on to the ball. Honor Battier, the right-back, had gone all the way in to press her. She just couldn't get a nibble at the ball. Lauren James fended off her challenge. What that then did was opened up so much space in behind for Niamh Charles, the left-back for England, who marauded down that wing. Paredes, the centre-back, comes out, gets booked. England with a very positive set piece in a good area on the side of the box.
Spanish captain Irina Paredes, 33 years old, doesn't fancy doing too much chasing like that. Her debut for Spain over 13 years ago, back in November 2011. So she's picked up the yellow card for the challenge. Spain has set up the defensive wall. The free kick will come in from the left, just outside the penalty area. Leah Williamson and Millie Bright taking up station at the far post. Alessia Russo with the number 9 on her back is there as well. Jess Park comes whizzing in to have a quick word with Millie Bright. And here comes the free kick. Bronze runs over it, whipped into the near post, trying to catch Katakol out, throws herself to her right-hand side, and Lauren James very nearly snuck that into the back of the net. It's palm behind for a corner.
Yeah, it's really, really smart from England. Jess Park, decoy run to go and have a little word with Millie Bright. Make Spain think that they're going to deliver the ball. Lauren James just whips it into the near post, nearly scores.
Corner goes short. Here's Ella Toon. Cross comes into the penalty area. Not the best from her. Millie Bright tries a back heel. England could be in trouble on the counter now as Spain come charging forward. Back there for England is Niamh Charles. Deals with the danger. Takes it off Bon Mati, of all people, and then finds the pass as well. And Lauren James has loads of Wembley turf to work with. Early cross from her just ahead of Russo. Nearly pinpoint and then nearly finds Grace Clinton at the far post. She can't get there. It's behind by Carmona for another England corner.
Yeah, it's an excellent ball again. Was it Lauren James that whips it in? Yeah, into that space, the corridor of uncertainty that I'm sure many radio listeners will understand what that means. And Grace Clinton is the player lurking at the back post for a tap-in. Olga Carmona defensively has to clear the ball.
That is one of those phrases that could go into the great glossary of football commentary, although it's a cricket phrase as well, Izzy, so we've got a bit of a debate on the Commentators' View podcast as to whether it can just be football. Corner comes in from James, half cleared by Spain. Paredes hoofs it away with the right foot. Charles is there again for England, takes her time, finds the pass forward to Millie Bright, who immediately lays this ball off to Clinton. Back to Charles again, just inside the Spain half. Millie Bright and Leah Williamson now trotting back towards their defensive positions, and England recycle that ball, and Bright drills it from deep, and James has made a really good run in space on the right. Angles tight, left-footed shot, blocked by Cole at the near post. Tried to loft it over the goalkeeper there, almost hit it through the goalkeeper there, and Cole stood tall and made a really good save.
Yeah, she has to score, Lauren James. England just using Spain's high line. Lauren James times her run, Millie Bright fizzes it in behind. She gets into a brilliant position 1v1 with Kata Cole, and she just hits it straight at her. I think there's no other play you'd want. She looked like she was offside actually as she started her run, Lauren James, but I don't think she is. I think Mendes keeps her on, and that should be in the back of the net.
James's cross in from the right, flicked on by Millie Bright, didn't quite work out for England. They're having a really good spell in the game at the moment. 20 minutes left in the first half, still 0-0 here against the world champion Spain, who beat them in that World Cup final. Stadium Australia 2023, header away here, edge of the box from Pina, then the volley from Toon is deflected behind for another England corner.
Yeah, it was very ambitious from Ella Toon. The ball drops on the edge of the box from the second phase in the air, and Toon just steps onto it with the volley, the sort of scissor kick volley technique.
St Mirren won up at Hearts in the Scottish Premiership. Goal at Anfield, Maz Faruqi.
And it's come for Liverpool, and it's come for Dominic Szoboszlai, stroking it past Pope into the back of the Newcastle net. The ball came to the left-hand side from Luis Diaz, quite similar to the goal he scored against Manchester City on Sunday, Dion.
Yeah, they just made it look so easy. They literally, it was a Newcastle break actually. It was McAllister that picked it up 10 yards away from his own 18-yard box. He played it into the middle of the pitch to Jota. Jota plays it to Diaz. Diaz does what he does, attacks down the left-hand side, and he just picks Szoboszlai out on the penalty spot. Left foot, side foot finish, game on.
Simple as you like. 12 minutes played here, Ali. Liverpool 1, Newcastle 0.
Liverpool starting the night with an 11-point lead in the Premier League. Half-time, Nottingham Forest 0, Arsenal 0. Manchester City 1-0 up at Tottenham. Manchester United down to 10 men. They're 2-2 at home against Ipswich. Brentford scored late in the first half against Everton. They lead Everton by a goal to 0, and Dominic Szoboszlai having some season in front of goal for Liverpool. England felt here, Izzy, they might have had a penalty shout from one of those corners that came into the Spanish penalty area. Russo went down, was having a word with the referee.
Yeah, and Kira Walsh was as well. She was really trying to attract the referee's attention. I didn't actually see it off the ball, but there was a substantial appeal from Kira Walsh.
England could easily have had a penalty actually for a tug on Grace Clinton's shirt on Friday night. Had a chance if they'd been given it to go 2-0 up in the game. Eventually it finished 1-1. Jess Park on a little dribble here has been tackled. England have won a throw. Attacking position on the right-hand side. We're with you tonight on 5 Live Sport, 5 Live and BBC Sounds through until 10:30. 2 different podcasts available on the Football Daily feed for you tomorrow. Women's Football Weekly hosted by Katie Smith with all the reaction to this game and what goes on here this evening. Ball in towards the edge of the Spanish penalty area, nearly finds Lauren James. Alexandri gets a little toe on the ball, but England hungry to win it back. Jess Park, fabulous turn on Carmona. Right-hand side of the area, slightly overhits the cross. It's beyond Russo, and Kata Cole is able to grab it with both hands. And the other pod, your regular Football Daily podcast tomorrow, obviously will have all the reaction and analysis to the Premier League games played tonight. Izzy Christiansen.
What's the corridor of uncertainty in cricket?
Cricket, it's that ball that the bowler bowls that is probably just, it's on a good length just outside off stump. You can't be sure whether you're going to play at it or not, and it might induce the edge, get caught in the slips.
Okay.
That sort of thing, Izzy.
Every day's a school day.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
I actually think it's more of a cricket saying than a football saying. Yeah, but I do agree with you. The cross you were talking about earlier tonight definitely applies to the corridor of
into that area where the goalkeeper can't come and step, and the defenders are dealing with it facing their own goal. It's difficult.
They're uncertain with it in that corridor. Therefore, it is the corridor of uncertainty. Our producer Rob Schofield just brought the term up for you in a cricket sense with visual images on his screen away to our right. TMS podcast there for you on the BBC Sounds app as well this evening. England are out of the ICC Champions Trophy. They lost to Afghanistan by 8 runs. Afghanistan-Australia will be a cracking game on Friday. You'll be able to hear it on Sports Extra. Spain in the red and yellow, attacking down the right. Strong challenge made, but the free kick goes England's way. Lauren James doing another fantastic job for her team, coming back, winning the ball, winning the free kick as well, and England get a chance to relieve the pressure and clear their lines. England 0, Spain 0.
Yeah, there's no denying Lauren James wants to be operating higher up the pitch, but you absolutely have to do the defensive work, and so far tonight she's done it impeccably well alongside her club teammate Niamh Charles down that left-hand side.
Clever little disguised pass from Ella Toone there. Ball dropping out of the sky and just took a little bit off it as she side-footed a volley pass into Grace Clinton. She's been fouled halfway line, so that's going to be a free kick to England. Kilmarnock Rangers kicked off at 8 tonight in the Scottish Premiership. Rangers under new management, of course, now not going well. Last we heard, Gavin Wallace.
It's still 2-0 to Kilmarnock. It could have been 3, could have been 4 actually, as Bobby Wales had a 1v1 just a second ago. And by the way, Ali, Ridvan Yilmaz is about to come on the half hour for Rangers. Kelly 2, Rangers 0.
England 0, Spain 0 here at Wembley in the Women's Nations League. Maria Mendes of Real Madrid has time on the ball for Spain here. Crosses the halfway line, forward to Bonmati, gets it straight back again. Mendes thought about a pass, then slides one straight up the middle of the pitch. Caldente to Bonmati, Caldente again. The Arsenal player is able to turn, thread one through to Carmona on the left-hand side. The offside flag is up, and so England will get a free kick. No VAR, I should say, by the way, this evening. Not at this stage of the competition. Not until we get to semi-finals and final stage will VAR be involved in the Women's Nations League.
Yeah, interesting, but just on that bit there, England's line, exceptional. Holding the line, holding the space, going in unison, because Olga Carmona, we've said a number of times already this evening, getting forward. The Spain midfield are starting to tick a little bit, fizzing it out. I was watching Serena Wiegmann on the touchline, frustrated with how easily Spain are slicing through England's midfield at times. Needs to be addressed.
59th game in charge for Serena Wiegmann, unbeaten in her first 30. Has lost 6 of the last 28. Here's Kira Walsh on the ball for England. Bright white shirt to Leah Williamson, closed down quickly. Pass, though, finds its target. Toone is under pressure. Back to Walsh again. Lucy Bronze started to make a run wide on the right-hand side. Not seen there. Toone, halfway line. Plays to the left-hand side. Let's check in at Anfield. Maz Faruqi.
First real moment for Callum Wilson on the ball, starting, of course, for Newcastle tonight. Was offside. Put it wide anyway at the left-hand post. Still Liverpool 1, Newcastle 0, 17 minutes played here.
Oh, great turn by Alessia Russo, driving into the Spanish penalty area, trying to get it onto the right foot. Gets the shot away. Half block. Jess Park sticks it into the back of the net for England. England celebrate. They lead the world champions at Wembley. Alessia Russo did some fabulous work down the left-hand side. The spin, the drive into the penalty area to cause the chaos, and Jess Park was there to profit. England 1, Spain 0.
Oh, it's absolutely massive from England in so many respects. Spain getting rattled. They're not liking what England are doing to them, and Alessia Russo, she has been on tip-top form this evening. She spins Paredes, the Spanish captain, into the channel, drives into the box. Looks like she's going to score herself, and it's Jess Park mopping up at the back post. But England have just completely cut Spain open. Superb goal, superb input from Alessia Russo.
Big night for England, big game for England. A win would mean so much to them. We were talking about performance result. They would very, very much love to have both hand in hand tonight. And at the moment, 33 minutes into the first half, they are getting that as well. Withstood some early pressure. Russo, brilliant. They're looking so sharp right from the start of this game. And Jess Park scoring only her second goal for her country. The first of them actually came on her debut as a late sub in a friendly game against Japan, which was played in Spain November 2022. But scoring at Wembley against the world champions for England is a darn good feeling, I imagine.
It's absolutely massive. And a player who she plays midfield for Manchester City. She started her career playing out wide. She's playing out wide this evening. But one thing to note, England are not playing with natural wingers on the pitch this evening. Lauren James and Jess Park are playing as narrow wingers. It releases the fullbacks, and they've looked really good so far. And Jess Park in particular, she's looked so sharp, and she's got a just reward.
Ball is loose inside the England half. Calmness personified from Kira Walsh. Perfect pass, and Lucy Bronze. Listen to the excitement from the England fans steaming forward down the right-hand side. Russo's run into an offside position. Bronze doesn't care about that. She's going to keep going. Carmona's trying to stick with her. Bronze tries to knock it past her and collect it the other side. Carmona gets her body in the way and wins the free kick for Spain. Just over 10 minutes left in the first half. England's women leading Spain by 1-0.
Yeah, it's interesting, the game, a game of football goes through ebbs and flows. Teams get spells of being on top and then being under the cosh, and England started the game on the cosh. They managed to shift the momentum into their favour. You watch the body language of the Spanish players. As soon as England start to get a bit more aggressive, it changes, and they don't have the answers, and England have scored whilst they've been on top, which is massive.
Liverpool leading Newcastle 1-0 in the Premier League. The 4 other Premier League games tonight currently at half-time. Brentford 1, Everton 0. Manchester United 2, Ipswich 2. Patrick Dorgu sent off in the first half for Manchester United. Tottenham 0, Manchester City 1. Spain attacking down the right-hand side. I'm hearing they're just back underway at the City ground. So next break in play, we'll bring you the latest on Nottingham Forest, Arsenal. Paraguaylo hits a left-footed curler. Blimey, I thought that was destined for the top corner. Hannah Hampton was worried, threw herself to her right, didn't get a touch. It goes behind for the goal kick. Before we go to the City ground, another goal in the game between Kilmarnock and Rangers. Gavin Wallace.
Rangers have managed to claw one back. Kilmarnock 2, Rangers 1. Vlacaf Cherny beats the offside trap, cuts inside and puts it beyond Ohana into the bottom corner. Kilmarnock 2, Rangers 1.
Chris Coles patiently waiting at the City ground. Chris.
Patiently waiting for the first goal of this game as well, Ali. Forest 0, Arsenal 0, 3 minutes into the second half. Nothing of note to report other than an Arsenal change at the break. Calafiori, who was one of Arsenal's better attackers, even though he's playing left-back, off. Tierney on in his place. 0-0.
Bonmati plays the ball to the right-hand side for Spain. The world champions behind here against England at Wembley. Paraguaylo against Niamh Charles. Charles stands her ground, and then the ball is just knocked behind for the goal kick to England. They're back underway at Tottenham as well. John Southall.
Yep, Tottenham 0, Manchester City 1. City dominating these opening exchanges in the second half. No changes at half-time, but I wonder how long before Son or Kulusevski will come on for Spurs. Tottenham 0, Man City 1.
John and I are on a road trip next week. Is he to Belgium?
Hit me.
Club Bruges against Aston Villa in the Champions League. First leg of the last 16 game. Have you ever been to Bruges?
I haven't, no.
Oh, what a city.
Did you put your name down for that one, or did you just get randomly selected?
Always put my hand up for a trip to Bruges. That's the 5:45 kickoff on Tuesday. We've got full commentary on the game. PSV Arsenal, 8 o'clock on the Tuesday night. Paris Saint-Germain against Liverpool. Full commentary of that one on the Wednesday. And then we're in Spain, 5 Live and BBC Sounds Thursday night for Manchester United away to Real Sociedad. That's all to come next week. 8 minutes left in the first half here. Bonmati lines up a shot, drives it straight at Hampton, gets her body behind it, palms it down, and very calmly picks the ball up on the bounce.
Yeah, that's what England have done to Spain right now. They've restricted them to shots from outside the box. The last two, Pararella was very, very close into that right-hand corner behind Hannah Hampton, and then that little driven shot from Bonmati from the edge of the box. Spain know that they need to try and find the target if they're going to give themselves a chance to get back into this game before half-time.
Jess Park's goal has England in front. Spain starting this Nations League group with a win, 3 points thereon. England and Portugal both on 1, Belgium on 0. England have back-to-back games against Belgium in the next series of fixtures in April. First of those at home at Ashton Gate. Here's Jess Park, the goal scorer, on the right, collects the ball. 2 Spanish defenders for company. Great dribbling, strength as well to hold on to it. Oh, she's beaten the pair of them here, getting past Carmona. Carmona's trying to wrestle her to the ground, and Jess Park thinks she should have the free kick, doesn't get it, and it goes behind for the goal kick. Back underway at Old Trafford, second half. John Bennett.
Yeah, 2-2. It's Manchester United down to 10 men on the attack. Bruno Fernandes about to take a corner. Mazraoui has gone on for Garnacho, so he's playing right wing back. Remember, Patrick Dorgu sent off. A goal for Manchester United. They've retaken the lead. Harry Maguire with the header from that Fernandes corner. 10 men Manchester United, but they lead by 3-2 against Ipswich.
Blimey. Some game of that one. Brentford Everton had a goal just before half-time. Back underway there as well, James Gregg.
Yes, they did, Ali. Johan Wissa with his 13th goal of the season. Everton hot out the blocks in this second half, though. A goalmouth scramble from a corner saw Mark Flecken scrambling to beat it away. Brentford 1, Everton 0.
Clinton and Caldente having a right old battle for the ball inside the England half. Both of them end up on the floor. Clinton actually concedes the free kick, goes over and gives Caldente a little hug. And Spain, yeah, you can sense it, Izzy, really trying hard, aren't they, to get back into this game before half-time. And England are going to have to withstand a bit of pressure here.
Yeah, they are. They know it as well. But England have already ridden out a tricky period in this game. They can do it again. But just when you're a little bit more fatigued just before half-time, game management becomes integral in this very moment.
Noticed as well, Rob, our producer, noticed that as soon as England had scored the goal, Sarina Wiegman took the moment not to celebrate, came down to the side of the pitch, called Millie Bright over, just had a little word with the skipper.
Yeah, I think that's the way Sarina Wiegman works. She's always planning ahead, and she saw the euphoria around the celebration of Jess Park's opener, but equally the importance of making sure the correct message gets onto the pitch and England can keep solid until half-time.
England pressing inside the Spain half. Here's Cole, Spanish goalkeeper. Mendes sprinting up to the halfway line, releases the ball to Carmona on the left-hand side. 5 minutes left in the first half, plus added time. England's women leading Spain 1-0. Pina dribbling, edge of the England penalty area, across to Bonmati, sees Paraguelo in space, works it onto her left foot, can't get it back to Bonmati. Scrambled away by England. Paredes is there to intercept for Spain. Bonmati again, happy to receive the ball under pressure. Kira Walsh, closest challenger. Now Paraguelo onto that left foot, low shot driven straight at Hannah Hampton. She'll gobble those up all day long.
Yeah, same thing again. Paraguelo moving onto that right hand side just to see if she can get some joy against Niamh Charles, because she wasn't getting through Lucy Bronze, so she shifted out to that far right hand side, and then she's cutting in again, that drilled low shot straight down the throat of Hannah Hampton, and that just gives England the opportunity now just to slow it down, get a bit of composure.
Sarina Wiegman having the word, I beg your pardon, with England captain Leah Williamson after England had scored the goal. Jess Park's goal, giving England the lead. Here is Williamson, Arsenal centre-back, ball at her feet, trotting forward to the edge of England's penalty area. Clinton, lovely touch and turn inside the England half, and they're on the move again, the home team. Ella Toone, couple of touches, slides the pass forward for Lauren James to chase. She's not favourite to win it. Back it comes to the Spanish goalkeeper Cole, thumps it forward with her right foot. Bright chests it down, too much on that, and Bonmati is able to get onto the ball for Spain. Paraguelo immediately goes sprinting up the inside right channel. Bonmati comes back into her own half. Manchester City's Alessandri, little 1-2, gets the ball again, low pass from her across to Mendes. Mendes, right-footed pass, finds Pina of Barcelona on the left. Clever pass to Caldente, looking for Garcia here, nods it down, trying to nod it down to herself but couldn't control the ball. Cleared away by Charles for England, and Spain have to start again just inside the England half. There's Mendes to Pina. Clever movement of the ball from left foot to right foot. Carmona's in space again on the left-hand side. One touch, low cut back into the penalty area. Jess Park is there, edge of the box for England. Forward to Toone. Toone immediately thinking about an attacking option late in this first half. Couldn't find Clinton. Spain have the ball again. Quick fire 1-2s in the midfield there. And now it's back with Alessandri. England 1, Spain 0.
Yeah, this is the piece of fatigue which I was talking about. It's been a very high intense game. Mentally, England are getting drowned down again a little bit in possession by Spain, and just keeping the ball when you regain it is integral. England have just given it away 2 or 3 times too easily, giving Spain the opportunity to attack again.
Spain sensing an opportunity now. Caldente to Pina. Carmona again. Cross in from the left, missed at the near post, driven shot. That is a fabulous save by Hannah Hampton. Battier, the right back, powered that towards goal. Spain thought they'd equalised. There was a flash of green, and Hannah Hampton got the hands up and palmed the ball away. England still lead 1-0.
Yeah, it's a brilliant instinctive save from Hampton. She's not got much time to think about it, to set herself, and Bonmati catches it really well straight into Hannah Hampton, but she has to react. That's another big chance for Spain. Don't forget, they hit the bar as well early on. They rattled the bar, didn't they? Garcia.
Here's Mendes. England under real pressure late in this first half. Pina tackled, cynical foul from the Spanish midfielder, wanted to stop the England counter-attack. Now, I'd be very surprised if that's not a yellow card. That should be a yellow card, shouldn't it, is it?
Yeah, it should have been. The referee's just calling Pina over, having a little word, giving her I think she's letting her off, isn't she?
Yeah, looks like it.
There was a few earlier challenges, a few shirt tugs on Jess Park from Olga Carmona. She went 1v1. She must have ridden about 3 or 4 challenges. And in there again, Keira Walsh evading pressure. How often do we say that about Keira Walsh? Pina just tugs her shirt and stops her in her tracks.
I'm waiting for a replay of the Hannah Hampton save. I want to see how good that was, because in real time it looked magnificent.
Yeah, I think it was very instinctive.
Yeah.
Very instinctive.
1 minute left in the first half, plus a bit of added time. Chance at Tottenham. John Southall.
Tottenham 0, Man City 1, but Tottenham are stirring. Porro with the cross from the right-hand side. Odegaard at the back post, just couldn't guide it in. Tottenham 0, Man City 1.
England's women leading Spain 1-0. Lauren James has the ball at her feet on the left-hand side. England fans excited again. Batier's backing off. James floats across into the far post beyond Russo. Bronze chases. Bronze wins it on the right. Keeps the ball in play just by the corner flag. Knocks it past Pina. Pina's alert to that though. Chases back. Knocks it behind for the corner. Quickly to Anfield. Masfarouki.
Liverpool one moment, one pass away from a second goal, it feels at the moment. Tsimikas the latest to get forward, but blazing it high and wide of some nice link-up play with Diaz. Still Liverpool 1, Newcastle 0.
1 minute of added time at the end of the first half. Women's Nations League, Group A3. England 1, Spain 0. Need to keep an eye out for the other game in this group tonight. Belgium-Portugal actually kicked off at 7:15, and we'll hand you back to Mark Chapman shortly. We'll keep you across everything that's going on in the Premier League and the Scottish Premiership this evening as well. Lauren James with the corner, deep one with her right foot. Russo tries to attack it at the back post, beats everyone. Clinton is there for England, can't shake off the attentions of her marker. Charles drives it forward rather hopefully with her right foot. The ball bounces inside the Spain half on the England right. Carmona brings it under control, plays back to Mendes. Spain have about 20 seconds here to try and form an attack that could threaten a chance. They might do that as well, you know, because Batier is in space on the right, attacking for Spain. England quickly trying to get back. Russo, in fact, almost back there in the left-back position to try and help out. Referee's going to keep this playing until this point, but there we go. Half-time whistle blows. And that is a very satisfactory 45 minutes for Serena Wiegmann's England. Jess Park with the goal that separates the two teams. They've had to withstand some pressure, Izzy Christiansen, but we knew that was going to come. But compared to, say, Friday night's performance against Portugal, what are you making of England tonight?
Well, you just mentioned it there on commentary, Ali, that this is a Nations League game. Had to be reminded, because I thought that this feels like the semi-final of a European Championship or a major competition. It's got such a good intensity to it. I think England have been magnificent. They've accepted and succumbed to the fact that they are going to suffer at times, but they've suffered well and organised, and they've looked really good in possession, building through the thirds, and what an input from Alessia Russo for Jess Park's goal. Yes, it was a tap-in, but she still had to be there. It was a magnificent piece of work by England, and they go in at half-time. You know, Garcia hit the bar, could be 1-1, but brilliant from England.
Brilliant save from Hannah Hampton too. High-class game as we expected, and England performing well so far. They lead Spain by 1-0. Mark.
And Alessia Russo has led that line very well, Izzy.
Yeah, her decision-making, Chappers, she's been dropping in at the right times to add a number into midfield and open up the gaps in behind, but she's also played on the last line. I always call Alessia Russo a last line 9, but that's not to forget that she can't come deep and link play, and her game is going from strength to strength at the moment.
And as you brought up corridor of uncertainty, you are now set for a whole half-time of Alistair Bruce Ball talking you through his best innings.
Yeah, might just nip to...
Yeah, 78 not out, Mark.
Oh, God.
Yeah, on tour. Yeah.
The only thing worse than that, Izzy, would be John Murray talking you through his best innings. Thank you.
16 not out.
Yeah, of 120 balls. Thank you very much. Portugal lead Belgium by 1-0 in the other game in that group. And there's about 20 minutes to go there. So if things stayed as they were, and obviously there's a long way to go, tonight, Portugal and England would both have 4 points. Spain would have 3, and Belgium would be on the bottom with no points. Let's go into the Premier League then. There's about 50 minutes to go to half-time at Anfield, but the other 4 games are in or around the hour mark. Going to Old Trafford first of all, the most eventful game of the night. John Bennett.
Some match this. Manchester United 3, Ipswich Town 2. Ipswich have a corner at the moment, so I'll keep my eyes on this one. But Manchester United showing real fight and real character just before half-time. Patrick Dorgu sent off for an ugly challenge, and then moments later Jadon Philogene scored his second of the night to make it 2-2. But just after half-time, Harry Maguire heading in a Bruno Fernandes corner. So down to 10 men, Manchester United, but still they have the lead. Ipswich, though, will see this as a big opportunity. Remember, they haven't won in 2025, but United clear that corner away. Manchester United 3, Ipswich 2.
And Aaron Lennon alongside me in the studio, former Everton and Tottenham winger. It's the substitution that's a bit baffling in response to that. Look, it may pan out and they may win, but to take Garnacho off, bring on Mazraoui and stay with sort of 3 centre-halves when you're at home to Ipswich and leading,
and we
is very defensive.
Very defensive. We were talking about this chap as well. You could have easily put Dalot at left back and gone to a 4 at the back. But like you said, he's come in and he's, regardless of what, going down to 10 men, he's stuck with his 3 at the back formation. And like, who knows, it looks like it's going to pay off. But for me there, as Garnacho, I'd have been devastated because, like you said, they could have easily gone to a back 4.
And he carries probably most of their threat.
And and he's been, like I said, I've seen him come on against at the Everton game at the weekend, and he was one of the better players. And like you said, it's look. If they get the win, they'll say, look, it's a great substitution now. But I would have liked to have seen him gone to a 4 this time.
Let's go to the other Manchester club. They are away at Tottenham this evening and they lead. Tottenham Hotspur this evening. I'm not doing it deliberately. I'm genuinely not. They're at Tottenham Hotspur this evening. John Southall.
Yeah, Spurs are trailing Manchester City by 1-0. There's a different complexion to this game in the second half. Spurs have had 4 good chances and they're piling forward here. Wilson Odegaard, back post, couldn't guide it in. Danson with a header as the ball comes across the 6-yard box. Ederson holds on to it. Danson's header straight at Ederson. Odegaard again with a deflected shot over the bar, and Bentancur has also just had a header that went close. Here comes City again, really good open game, about to make a triple change. Tottenham as well. Jed Spence, Kulusevski and Son coming on. Tottenham 0, Man City 1.
Let's go to Kilmarnock in the Scottish Premiership, where Barry Ferguson's reign at Rangers got off to an awful start. Gavin Wallace.
Well, I had actually an explosive start for Barry Ferguson, and not in the right way, Mark. 2-1 to Kilmarnock at half-time. 11 gone. Joe Wright was left unmarked at a set piece at the corner. He ran right behind the defence, nodded home, as I say, on 11 minutes. 3 minutes later, Brad Lyons beat the offside trap, and from the edge of the box, it was a cool as you like place into that bottom right-hand corner. Kelly up 2-0 at this point. Then Rangers subbed off Enciala for Yilmaz, and 3 minutes later, Diomande split the Kelly defence. Blackhalf Cherney with a cultured finish. It's explosive, it's open, it's Kelly 2, Rangers 1.
All the other games in the Scottish Premiership kicked off at 7:45. Dundee United 1, Hibs 1, Hearts 0, St Mirren 1, Motherwell lead Dundee 1-0. Goalless between St Johnstone and Ross County. Also goalless in the Premier League at Nottingham Forest. Chris Coles.
0-0 with Arsenal. Forest having their first little spell of this second half, having watched Arsenal all of the ball with 20 minutes into that second half. Arsenal, all their nice little football and all their intricate play, it's their old friend, the set piece, that looks most likely to break the deadlock. They've had 2 good chances from corners. A Marino header at the back post, really well saved by Sells. And then Kieran Tierney on at half-time for Ricardo Calafiori. Another header from an Odegaard front post corner that only just went wide. Forest defending resolutely, defending well, not offering a great deal going forward, but Arsenal, their lack of a striker, very apparent in this game. Forest 0, Arsenal 0.
Brentford-Everton next, to the home side still lead. James Gregg.
Yes, they do. David Moyes has a rather pained look on his face. He's just sent about 5 of his bench to go and warm up in unison. It's just not working for Everton tonight. Brentford well in control, lots of possession with Jan Elton and Bomo. Nice and creative too, keeping Jordan Pickford very busy. Leading a 0-0 after that nice Wissa goal on the stroke of half-time. Some excellent saves, though, prior to that by Mark Flecken. Did keep Brentford well in the game. No changes made by either manager yet. 61 minutes played. Brentford 1, Everton 0.
It's watching these games as well, Aaron. It does feel like an Arsenal goal is coming at the City Ground, doesn't it?
It does. Watching it, they've had all the possession. Like you said, they've had a couple of great chances from their good old set pieces again. But they've got all the ball. But look, this is what Forest done. They've done it all season. They'll sit in that low block and just look for that one counter. So if Arsenal don't nick a goal, like I said, Forest will be there looking for that one opportunity.
To the 8:15 game where Liverpool lead Newcastle. Maz Faruqi.
And better from Newcastle in the latter stages of this first half. A good opportunity for Callum Wilson, remember, starting for Newcastle tonight. Konate and Van Dijk caught out a bit. The ball looped forward too. He made the run forward, couldn't keep it on target with his shot, as Liverpool are just going forward here with Diaz at the other end to Salah, and he sweeps that in and over the Newcastle crossbar. But there's definitely some rustiness from Callum Wilson. Obvious statement, Dion.
Yeah.
And they're clearly missing Alexander Isak.
No, without a doubt. I mean, Callum Wilson went 1-on-1 with the keeper and he should have really scored. He went high and wide. I think a fit Callum Wilson hits the target, maybe scores. Liverpool too sharp, too strong at the moment. Newcastle looking a little bit leggy.
Looking a little bit tired, Newcastle. Another chance as well a couple of minutes ago for Szoboszlai. Couldn't keep this one on target. He has scored the only goal in this match so far for Liverpool, which has given them a 1-0 lead with 40 minutes played here.
They have carried a little bit of a threat, though, Newcastle, Dion, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. They've gone in some really good positions. Trying to play through the third is not working for them. Getting it quickly to the wide men is the way forward. And they have got in, but it's just a bit of rustiness in the final third for Newcastle.
OK, Liverpool lead by a goal to 0 there. They've got about 5 or 6 minutes to go to half-time. Just a couple of other games going on this evening. Wrexham lead Peterborough 2-0 in the semi-finals of the EFL Trophy. Bradford wait in the final. Copa del Rey first leg semi-final this evening. The first semi-final was last night. That first leg finished Barcelona 4, Atletico Madrid 4. Tonight, Real Sociedad 0, Real Madrid 1 as they approach the midway point in the first half. And Endrick has scored for Carlo Ancelotti's side. Jude Bellingham with the assist. 5-9. Lisa McCormick has the news on 5 Live.
This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
Listen on BBC Sounds.
Donald Trump says Volodymyr Zelensky will visit Washington on Friday to sign an agreement on sharing Ukraine's mineral resources. The Ukrainian president says he still wants security guarantees from the US, but President Trump says Europe should step up. So Keir Starmer's on his way to Washington to meet President Trump tomorrow. The Prime Minister says he'll stress the importance of maintaining a strong relationship between the two countries and that the UK can be a bridge between the US and Europe. Greater Manchester Police say they found the remains of a murdered woman who's been missing for 12 years. Rania Aliad was killed by her husband Ahmed Al-Khatib in 2013. He's currently in prison. Rania's body was buried in the North Yorkshire town of Thirsk. And the American actress Michelle Trachtenberg, who was best known for her roles in Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Gossip Girl, has died aged 39. Emergency services in New York say her death isn't being treated as suspicious.
Red Nose Day is back on the 21st of March. Yes! So whether you sound like Rick, Rachel, or even this person, every laugh makes a difference. Woo! We're celebrating 40 years of comic relief and the nation doing something funny for money. Get involved by searching for Red Nose Day.
This is 5 Live Sport
With Mark Chapman.
Listen on BBC Sounds.
Just away from the night's football, England are out of cricket's Champions Trophy. They were beaten by Afghanistan by 8 runs, so it leaves Jos Buttler's side bottom of their group with 2 defeats from 2. And afterwards, he wouldn't commit to remaining as England white ball captain after the game against South Africa at the weekend. Plenty of reaction on the TMS podcast on BBC Sounds. Right now, let's head back to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. John Southall.
Well, Spurs 0, Man City 1, but City are hanging on a bit here. The complexion of the game totally different from the first half. Couple of more chances for Tottenham, who doggy to tail into the area. Núñez with a really good challenge. Corner on the left, Brennan Johnson at the near post headed over, and Pape Sarr with an effort deflected away. Quadruple substitution made for Spurs as well. Spence, Kulusevski, Son and Sarr on, and they're pushing for the equaliser. Tottenham 0, Man City 1.
And if they get one then, Aaron Lennon, Manchester City will rue not killing it off in that first half.
100%. Really. They had so many chances in that first half. Like I said, they could have been 2 free goals up. And we've seen City this season. If Spurs do get one, we've seen City crumble many times this season. So if Spurs do get one and get that crowd behind them, you can hear them now. And like you said, they're pushing forward. The changes are on. Like I said, if Spurs get one, it'll be a tough 20 minutes for
the biggest, I suppose, that biggest positive in the first half for City was Pep Guardiola spoke after the Liverpool game about how young their team had been at the weekend. And again, you look at them attacking wise, and they had Haaland with Mamouche just behind, and Savinho one side and Doku the other.
Yeah.
Now that is a sort of front four that could be their front four for the next 5 years.
100%. And like you said, you look at that front four. That front four can hurt any team in this league. Like you said, you get them boys firing and all playing together. I think that will be the front four for years to come. Now, I think if you look at it, that front four is his team for the next few years, and they will start to build on them.
And yet, John Southall, it feels like it's all Tottenham at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. As you say, City should have been 3-0 up at half-time, but Tottenham, not sure how they haven't scored in this second half. They've made those 4 changes, and they're attacking. They've got Kulusevski on, they've got Son on, they've got Maddison probing in behind, and the feeling at the moment is that the goal is only a matter of time now. Great noise inside the stadium.
OK, let's go back to Nottingham Forest. Chris Coles.
Before the news, Mark, you and Aaron were discussing that Forest half chance that always comes, and they've had a couple of decent ones, both to Chris Wood. First a right foot snapshot from just inside the area, well saved by Raya, and then Gabriel with a really awkward clearance. It fell to Chris Wood inside the penalty area. Gabriel is quick though and recovered really well. Slide tackle behind for a corner. Forest still carry a threat despite watching Arsenal dominate possession still. Forest 0, Arsenal 0.
Back to James Gregg at Brentford.
Well, Brentford have just had the ball in the net, Mark. Johan Wissa thought he had his second of the evening, but the flag on the far side waving away. So Brentford are still a goal to 0 up. We did have a bit of a delay in play as well, as a sprinkler popped its way through the turf. Delay for 2 or 3 minutes there. The ground staff, though, did cover it up. The Everton players weren't too happy about waiting around for that. But Brentford 1, Everton 0.
Back to Old Trafford, where if you look at the last substitution, John Bennett, Manchester United are trying to hold on for 3-2.
All-out defence, another interesting change. Manchester United still having that 3-2 lead. Casemiro on, Højlund off. So it's Xerxes as the lone striker, then a very defensive midfield behind him for Ipswich. Broadhead and Taylor are on. Manchester United 3, Ipswich 2.
Is that inviting Ipswich onto them?
It definitely is. Like I said, he's made his stall there. They're looking to see the game out, bringing Casemiro, and they're really looking to just see this out. And it's going to be difficult. Like you said, Ipswich are going to throw everything at it, and it's going to be a tough finish for United now.
How long have you got left, John?
We have got 20 minutes. That's a long 20 minutes for this Manchester United very defensive team to hold on, as another back pass almost causes problems. Onana gets it away.
They are back out for the second half. In fact, they're ready to kick off. Hopefully, Izzy has stayed awake through Ali's cricketing anecdotes, and it's all yours.
Summer of 91, Mark, seeing it like a grapefruit. Came in at number 4, couldn't get rid of me. No, we're back underway, second half. Nations League, England leading Spain by a goal to 0. Forget your corridor of uncertainty. Izzy and I have been in the corridor of cakes at Wembley, haven't we?
Corridor of cookies.
Yeah, they're exactly right. Yeah, Spain attacking early on in this second half. No changes made by either manager at half-time. Jess Park's goal separates the two teams, set up by a brilliant sleight of foot from Alessia Russo. Turned the defender superbly late in the first half. Driving run into the penalty area. Hit the shot which got blocked. It looked like it was actually going behind for either a corner or a goal kick, but a Spanish defender got in the way. The ball came across the 6-yard box, and Jess Park was able to bundle it home. So I'll remind you the two team lineups in just a second. Spain in the red and gold, attacking from left to right in this second half. England in the white shirts, dark blue shorts and white socks, with the early defending to do. Parayuelo bringing the ball in from the right. Finds Bonmati. Caldente of Arsenal, short pass forward, receives that straight back there from Battier. Parayuelo lays it off again here. Strike comes in with the left foot, and it's just wide of that right-hand post. Caldente involved, couple of 1-2s, found the space, very close to the equaliser.
Yeah, it's brilliant play from Caldente. Spain starting really bright this second half. She just put Kira Walsh into a bit of a washing machine, doing a 1-2 with Bonmati 2 or 3 times on the corner of the 18-yard box. Works it inside, shapes it past Anna Hampton's post, but that's a close call from Spain. Hearts have equalised at home to St Mirren. Hearts 1, St Mirren 1. Half-time whistle has blown at Anfield as well. Maz Faruqi.
And it's Liverpool 1, Newcastle 0. Dominic Szoboszlai with the goal 11 minutes in, but Arne Slot jogging down from the stands to give his half-time team talk. Dion will be happy with what he's seen, I think, so far.
Yeah, so far they could have put this to bed already in this first half. They could have had another goal, but Newcastle just edging their way back into the game. Liverpool have got to stay concentrated to stay in front.
Remember, really good opportunity for Callum Wilson for an equaliser, but it is Liverpool 1, Newcastle 0.
Dion, top scorer in cricket?
125.
Oh, wow, he's put me away there.
Was it called Test Match Cricket, that game again? Was it called After I played Sabutio.
Well, that game, I see. OK, I'm with you, Dion. We'll be back with Maz and Dion for second half of Liverpool against Newcastle. Liverpool leading Newcastle by a 1-0. Russo chasing the ball into the Spanish penalty area, and Catacol comes flying off her line, dives on top of it and slings it out underarm. And here's Mendes. Pushes a pass to the right-hand side. Battier into midfield. Little turn from Bonmati. Elatoon trying to hold her up. Manages to do that for England. Back it comes to Manchester City's Laia Alexandri, who's playing in the holding midfield role for Spain this evening. They work the ball quickly to the left-hand side. Olga Carmona flying down the left. Stops in her tracks. Plays the pass back. And here's Caldente. Back to Carmona. Caldente again. Starts to make ground in towards that England penalty area. Slides it through to Garcia. Save with Hampton with her left foot. The angle was tight, but Hampton got the angles right and made the block.
Let off for England. Garcia playing on the last line of England, just evades, ghosts into England's penalty area. Great save from Hampton as she shoots down low at her feet across goal. She should have squared it to Paralelo, who would have had a tap in, but fortunately for England, she didn't.
Hannah Hampton chosen between the sticks tonight for England, performing well so far. Good defending from Niamh Charles to rob Parayuelo on the edge of the penalty area. Clears and it goes out for a throw. So Hannah Hampton in goal for England. Lucy Bronze and Niamh Charles the full-backs. Leah Williamson and Millie Bright the two centre-backs. Kira Walsh in front of them, Grace Clinton and Ella Toone. Jess Park the goal scorer. Lauren Jones had a real impact on the game as well. Alessia Russo through the middle. Parayuelo tries again from range. This one is lofted over the crossbar and behind for a goal kick. England leading Spain 1-0. The Spanish team, Catacol in goal. Ona Battier, the right back. Olga Carmona of Real Madrid at left back. Paredes and Mendes, the two centre-backs. Alexandri in that holding midfield role. Bonmati and Caldente of Arsenal in midfield. Claudia Pina of Barcelona. Parayuelo's been heavily involved throughout, also of Barcelona, and Lucia Garcia through the middle, formerly of Manchester United, now of Monterrey, playing her club football in Mexico. And England have it inside their own half. Williamson's ball threaded down the right-hand side. Park lays it off. Bronze feeds it back to her. Russo's on her bike in the middle here, hoping for an early ball from Jess Park. She decides against that. Two red-shirted defenders in front of her. Finds Lucy Bronze behind a little chip pass. Park again inside the penalty area. Back it comes here to Clinton. No power on the shot. Lofted into the arms of the keeper, Cole.
Yeah, should have scored. Grace Clinton, superb build-up play between Lucy Bronze and Jess Park down that right-hand side, picking up where they left off in the first. They work into Jess Park, getting into the box. Can't be tackled because it'll be a penalty. She squares it to Grace Clinton, and that is an invitation for Grace Clinton to put her foot through it, hit the target, but the shot was pretty tame in the end.
Liverpool leading Newcastle 1-0 at half-time at Anfield. Nottingham Forest 0, Arsenal 0, deep into the second half now. Manchester City still 1-up at Tottenham. 10-man Manchester United leading Ipswich 3-2. Brentford a 1-up on Everton. West Ham Leicester in the Premier League tomorrow. Then our FA Cup commentaries will start on Friday night. Rachel Corsie will be alongside John Akers for Aston Villa against Cardiff to kick it all off. This is the Women's Nations League tonight, and you cannot take your eyes off this for a second. Quality level so high from both teams. Danger everywhere as Bonmati feeds a little ball in towards the edge of the box. Battier is tackled. Played back here to Charles. England working it in tight spaces. Lauren James has lost it. Chance possibly for Bonmati to get a cross in. Sees Caldente on her right. Then the cross comes in. Bright heads it away. Carmona controls. She's tackled on the edge of the box and the ball goes out for a Spanish throw on the right. And all the lights have gone off at Wembley, apart from those lighting up the advertising hoardings around the base of the pitch and between the two tiers of the stadium. Wow. Loads of fans putting their phones on, the lights on their phones immediately, so it looks fairly spectacular in here. But you cannot play a top-level international football match. I mean, when has that ever happened at Wembley?
At night time, with no lights on.
No, difficult.
Difficult, very difficult.
Right, what's good news is, Izzy, we can go to Brentford for a bit and hope the lights come back on by the time James Gregg has told us about another goal. Brentford-Everton, James.
lights very much on here, and it's very lively in the corner where the Everton fans are, because they've just equalised. A wonderful Jake O'Brien header. The ball came in down the left-hand side from Mikalenko, and the big man from Ireland was at the back post, and I had a great view into the far corner, straight past the right hand of Mark Flecken. It's Brentford 1, Everton 1.
Well, incredible scene here at Wembley. I mean, thousands of lights up on the mobile phones at the moment. The players are shadowy figures. They're gathered around the two managers on the edge of the touchline here. Spain in red in front of us, England away in the white shirts away to our left, and there we go. Just like that, click your fingers. The lights are back on. They're also back underway. Kilmarnock Rangers in the Scottish Premiership. Gavin Wallace.
Yep, 46 minutes going, Ali. Kilmarnock 2, Rangers 1. Will we see that explosive start? Well, we'll find out. Barry Ferguson's reign has not started well. Kilmarnock 2, Rangers 1 so far.
Thought we were going to have time for the second half of my 78 not out there. That's going to have to wait until the end of the game. England 1, Spain 0. Now, thankfully, we're not going to have to do that. Manchester United Ipswich latest. John Bennett.
Floodlight failure is about the only thing we haven't had in this game. 3-2 Manchester United lead against Ipswich. Hurst is about to come on, so Ipswich going all-out attack against United's all-out defence. 13 minutes to go, 3-2.
St Johnstone 1, Ross County 0. Midway through the second half of that one. Spain building an attack down the left. Carmona makes a run, runs into an offside position. Russo's going to try and win the ball back for England. Longer ball played into the England penalty area. Williamson clears on a right foot. Carmona chests it down. Jess Park has actually had the ball played through her legs there. Spain have it again. Midway inside the England half, Caldente looking for options. Bonmati is there to a right-hand side in a central position. Across it comes to Battier, the attacking right back for Spain. Bonmati runs with the ball. Left-footed curler just off target. Hannah Hampton watched it go by. She'll probably tell us she had it covered, but they're getting closer, Spain.
Yeah, they are. That's the third attempt, I think, in the game that they've tried to cut in off this right and shape it beyond Hampton's sort of right-hand post corner, if you like. And that one was close as well from Bonmati this time. But it was just interesting to see how both teams reacted to that lights out situation for a couple of minutes. It's just no panic, just calm, taking on board messages. It was actually at a good time. The ball was out of play for a throw-in for Spain, and don't know what happened there.
Spain thinking about an early change in the second half here. Leila Wahabi getting ready to come on. Lauren James can't quite keep the ball for England. Attacking position on the left. Spain have given it away. Russo is there, finds James. The flag's up. She's offside, heading towards goal, and we knew what was probably coming next. Nottingham Forest against... where are we going next? No, it's not Nottingham Forest Arsenal. Where were we going? Oh, it is Nottingham Forest Arsenal. Chris Coles.
And it's still 0-0, Ali, but only just a couple of really good chances for Arsenal. Zinchenko to Odegaard, brilliant block by Milenkovic, and the follow-up from Odegaard, saved by Sells. Big saves, big moments. Still 0-0 with 6 minutes to play.
Tottenham against Manchester City, closing stages. John Southall. 6
minutes to play. Tottenham 0, Man City 1. Probably the best chance of the game. First time effort from Son, 8 yards out. Brilliant save by Ederson to his right-hand side. Spurs 0, Man City 1.
Still England 1, Spain 0 here at Wembley. Brief floodlight failure. Spain have made the change. Wahabi has come on. It is Olga Carmona who is now making the long walk round the pitch, who has come off for Spain. Hampton passes forward for England. One of the things is noticeable about England's performance on Friday night against Portugal in the Nations League. When Portugal changed it in the second half, England didn't adapt all that well. That'll be a question for them in this second half, won't it?
That's spot on, Ali. There was a tactical change in that Portuguese game that England struggled to deal with, but interestingly,
it's Lauren James, right-footed drive, palmed away by Cole, punched away I should say by Cole. Good strike from Lauren James. England still have it on the right. Bronze is there. Clever disguise cross low into the feet of Toon. Toon is able to turn. Back it comes to the edge of the box. Jess Park's first touch takes her away from goal. Kira Walsh is right there for her. Comes out to the right again. Bronze plays back down to Toon. Quick touch and a pass from Toon. Walsh's low ball into the penalty area. Volleyed away here by Mendes. Niamh Charles is there. England keep the pressure up, leading Spain by a 1-0, and may well think, given the attacking talent at Spain's disposal, one goal may well not be enough.
Yeah, and it's just good the way England are just taking these spells of possession. They're just absorbing the enthusiasm away from Spain a little, and the metronome is Kira Walsh. Every pass she plays, she sends a message with the pass to the receiver of the ball to say, I want you to do this with it because I'm telling you to with the ball. And she has just been ticking along nicely in the midfield.
12 minutes gone, second half. Those 7:30 kickoffs in the Premier League. Heading towards the full-time whistle. Deep cross from the right. Jess Park might challenge for it. Lauren James is interested at the far post, just headed away from her, but James, hungry for the ball, strong in the challenge, shoulder to shoulder, is able to take it off Battier. And here's Millie Brighton in attacking position, fires a pass in low to Russo. Russo, great first touch, holds it up. Charles whips that one down the left-hand side to James. Real confidence and zip about what England are doing at the moment. Toon to Walsh. Again, Walsh prompting, pointing, telling people where to go, exactly as Izzy was just saying. And then James thinks about a dribble. She's stopped in her tracks and it comes all the way back to Hannah Hampton.
Yeah, Spain have to now squeeze the space. England are just sort of absorbing, like I said, the enthusiasm away from Spain.
Oh, Russo again, great touch, tries to play this one through to Clinton. Clinton keeps chasing, beaten to the ball initially, back it goes to Kata Cole. Clearance to Battier. Spain are going to play out from the back. Parajuelo receives the ball, back to goal, tries to knock it past Charles. She gets a touch and it goes out for a throw. So Brentford 1, Everton 1. Manchester United, Dorgu sent off just before half-time. Down to 10 men, lead Ipswich 3-2. Still Forest 0, Arsenal 0. And as we were hearing from John Southall, at the moment Haaland's goal, the only thing that separates Tottenham and Manchester City, with Liverpool leading Newcastle by a goal to 0 at half-time. Parajuelo, flag is up as she makes the break from the right-hand side, and I think we were right in line with that, Izzy, and could see that was the correct decision.
Yeah, we had an excellent view looking right along the line, and Parajuelo actually didn't need to be offside there, and England got away with one again. But just going back to that change that Spain made, you know, it's just left back for left back. Olga Carmona off, Leia Uabi on against her club teammate Jess Park on that right-hand side. You just wonder whether that's a little bit of the thinking behind that substitution, because Jess Park's been a problem tonight for England, and just putting a club teammate on it sometimes adds a bit of impetus to say, I know exactly what you're going to do because I do it with you in training every day.
Yeah. Lauren James and Connor Battier know each other well from their Manchester United days. There's so many of those link-ups actually out here between these two teams. Kilmarnock Rangers in the Scottish Premiership tonight, kicked off at 8. Gavin Wallace has the latest. Gavin Wallace will have the latest when he joins us in just a second. Rangers were trailing by 2-0, got it back to 2-1. 15 minutes gone in the second half here. And England still leads Spain 1-0. And Spain patiently knocking the ball around inside their own half. Just crossed the halfway line now. Bonmati feeds a little ball back to the centre-back Maria Mendes. Thought about launching the long diagonal to the right, decided against that. Little drag forward of the ball, and now Spain bringing it up towards the edge of the penalty area with Pena. The flag's up again for another offside. Cross comes in from Wahabi, but it doesn't matter. England will get the free kick. Izzy?
Yeah, Spain have worked the ball really well at times tonight into wide areas, but the interesting thing is, you know, we saw in the Premier League at the weekend, Liverpool playing without a striker, Man City playing without a striker. Spain are playing without a designated striker at the moment. They've got Lucia Garcia, who's the highest player, but when they do get the ball wide, Spain, the crossing options are limited.
Jess Park again causing problems for Spain, chasing a ball hard down the right. Mendes comes across to cover it, plays it now to the substitute Wahabi. Thought about the back pass to Cole, the goalkeeper. Russo had that covered for England. Spain have it in their left back position here. Mendes to Wahabi. Down the left-hand touchline it goes, but England have won it with Park. There's Russo, ball into the penalty area, chased by Toon Beyonder and into the arms of the Spanish goalkeeper. Gavin Wallace can now join us. Kilmarnock Rangers, Gavin.
Yes, not a floodlight failure, but the phone line failure, Ali. Kilmarnock 2, Rangers 2. Cheryl Dessers from a corner heads it underneath O'Hara's legs. Rangers are back from 2-0 down. It's 2 each.
Next to Old Trafford, John Bennett.
4 minutes for Manchester United to hold on against Ipswich. They lead by 3-2. Mazraoui and Delap both booked after coming together on the halfway line. 3-2 Manchester United.
England about to make a double change here. Nikita Paris, now playing her club football at Brighton, is getting ready to come on and win her 72nd cap. Her first call-up to an international squad for over a couple of years. And Chloe Kelly, now of Arsenal, will win her 50th cap when she gets onto the onto the field tonight. Second half underway at Anfield. Mas Faruqi.
And Newcastle have a free kick, a set-piece opportunity in the very early stages of the second half. Still trailing by a goal to nil, Ali. Anthony Gordon's going to take it very centrally, 8 yards or so outside the D. Tonali brought down the Liverpool wall, just lining up just outside the 18-yard area. This might be the best opportunity for an equaliser for Newcastle in this match, Dion, as it looks like Anthony Gordon is going to be the Newcastle player that's going to take this. Gordon, and straight at the wall, missed opportunity, but no subs made by either side at half-time either, and we'll wonder how many minutes Callum Wilson might see in the second half.
OK, thank you, Maz. Liverpool leading Newcastle 1-0. That kicked off at 8:15. Those two teams will be here 2 weeks on Sunday for the League Cup final. Sunday, March the 16th, 4:30 kickoff. Corner for Spain, trailing 1-0. Delivery into the near post, headed up in the air. Park is there on the half volley, sticks out a right leg, and the ball goes running out of play for a throw into Spain. The day before that, actually, Saturday the 15th of March, is the Women's League Cup final. That's at Pride Park, and that is Chelsea against Manchester City. Alessia Russo will be replaced by Nikita Paris, and as I was saying, has he not seen Nikita Paris playing international football for a while? Reward for really good form for Brighton this season.
Yeah, I think it's 5 goals, maybe 5 goals. Yeah, 5 goals, 2 assists in the WSL in 14 appearances for Brighton this season, and it looks like she's coming on centrally as the 9. She's come on for Alessia Russo, and that is an interesting substitution, because I was thinking this before the game on my way down here to London. Do England have a backup striker?
Right.
No, they don't. And it's interesting to see whether Sarina Wiegman sees Nikita Paris as that player to play. Like I said, caused problems on that last line, link play. And Chloe Kelly, who's come on for Jess Park's just gone same position, but you'll probably get a bit more width from Chloe Kelly, and it might reserve Lucy Bronze a little bit, because the state of the game, Lucy Bronze's instructions will be, don't go forward as much.
You heard the ovation for Chloe Kelly as well. Big moment for her tonight. It's been a difficult season for her domestically. The switch to Arsenal recently, got half an hour in the big win against Tottenham in the WSL. 50th cap tonight, big moment. Here's Bonmati on the right for Spain. Low, but great defending, Millie Bright in exactly the right position. Cross came in at pace, stuck out a big left boot and blocked it for England. Immediately runs into the left back position now to take the ball and clear for England up towards Kelly. Wahabi just leans over Kelly's shoulder, nods the ball down into the floor. England 1, Spain 0. 25 minutes to play in the second half. Pressure bound to come from the world champion Spain. There's Wahabi. Plays the ball out to the left to Bonmati. Pina of Barcelona. Bonmati again, evades the challenge of Kelly. Back it comes to Mendes. Crisp, pure passing from the Spanish. Wahabi up against Kelly. They've managed to work the ball round her. Wahabi again looks to get that cross in. Bronze closes the space down, and actually last touch came off Wahabi, and it goes behind for the England goal kick. 25 minutes to play. England 1, Spain 0.
Yeah, you got a feeling England are going to have to do a lot of defending in the next 20 minutes or so, because Spain are really starting to chuck the kitchen sink at England in terms of suffocating them with the ball. But it's interesting the timing of the changes by Sarina Wiegman, because just as the game started to drop the intensity, she acted and made a couple of changes just to keep England fresh.
That is a very unsubtle push from Honor Battier in the back of Lauren James. Free kick England now then. Goal at Tottenham, John Southall.
Well, we think there's a goal. Erling Haaland thinks he scored his second of the game, just tucked it into the bottom corner. But we have a VAR check for a possible handball. So come back to us, it's still Tottenham 0, Manchester City 1.
Full-time whistle has blown at the City ground. Chris Coles.
Forest 0, Arsenal 0. Another dent in Arsenal's title challenge. They had all the ball, decent chances, primarily from set pieces, but Forest did what Forest have done this season, so solid defensively. Arsenal could be 13 points behind Liverpool when the night is over. Forest 0, Arsenal 0.
Liverpool leading Newcastle by a goal to 0. Bonmati with the cut back into the penalty area here. Garcia can't control it. The ball spins off her right foot and into the arms of Hannah Hampton. What's happening at Old Trafford, John Bennett?
Ruben Amorim pacing around his technical area. Manchester United 3, Ipswich 2. 4 minutes added on, 3 minutes of that left. It's going to be tense. Manchester United, remember, with 10 men, leading 3-2 against Ipswich.
Waiting to hear whether Erling Haaland has a second goal for Manchester City at Tottenham. It looks like it's going to be a Manchester City win, whatever. Tottenham 0, Manchester City 1. Brentford Everton still playing as well, and Liverpool leading Newcastle 1-0. Ball up the left towards Paris, challenged by Paredes, and it goes out for an England throw just short of the halfway line on the left. Midway through the second half, England leading Spain 1-0. We are just over 4 months away from the Euros. England in a group with France, Netherlands and Wales. Spain in a group with Portugal, Belgium and Italy. If England are going to defend that crown this summer, at some point you think they will run into this Spanish team.
I think that's absolutely spot on, Ali. I think that there is a chance they'll play again, and we said before the game the margins between these two sides is tight. England have ridden their luck a little bit at times.
Great tackle by Millie Bright. Bonmati was making ground towards the edge of the penalty area, just overran it. Bright got a foot in. Shot comes in from the edge of the box. Again, England get bodies in the way. Lauren James challenged by Parejuelo. Here's Charles from left back. Her pass forward is blocked. Battier continues for Spain. Parejuelo is there, 30 yards out. She's just running across the face of the England penalty area at the moment. Caldente, little diagonal ball to the right. Pina lays it off here. In it goes into the England penalty area. But I think Caldente thought she was in an offside position, didn't go for the ball, and it's gone behind for a goal kick. Plenty of fun at Kilmarnock tonight. Gavin Wallace, another goal.
Yeah, we've got another one. This time it's for Rangers. It's Kilmarnock 2, Rangers 3. Cyril Dessers latches onto a ball over the top, and then he just slams it home beyond Kieran O'Hara. Rangers back up now from 2-0 down. Kilmarnock 2, Rangers 3.
Tight VAR call then at Tottenham. They're still checking. Tottenham 0, Manchester City 1, wondering whether Erling Haaland has a second. Motherwell 1, Dundee 1. Does the goal stand, John Southall?
No, it hasn't been given. They spent a long time looking at it, and Haaland, they adjudged handballed. I've got to say, I'm not sure about that. But Tottenham have a chance, maybe a minute still to play. Son flicks it on! Oh, it is headed over the crossbar! Was that their moment? Tottenham still trail Manchester City by 1-0.
England 1, Spain 0 here in the Women's Nations League at Wembley. Just listening to Chris Coles at Nottingham Forest Arsenal. That's finished 0-0 tonight. He was our guest on the Commentators' View podcast last week. This week, Peter Drury is joining John Murray and myself on the Commentators' View. It will be available to listen to on Friday afternoon via the BBC Sounds app. Ahead of the weekend's football, Brentford-Everton. James Gregg.
Into the last minute of stoppage time here, it's still a goal apiece. Ali, there was a big Brentford shout for a penalty, a little shove into the back for Nathan Collins. He went down, lots of appeals still here for Jordan Pickford, maybe just handling that ball outside of the area. Into the very dying embers now. It's still Brentford 1, Everton 1.
Free kick for England. Lauren James takes it, right-footed ball in towards the edge of the box, volleyed away. Spain trying to bring it away, and England are going to have to get back. Leah Williamson inside the Spain half, just closing it down for now to give her teammates time to get back into defensive positions. That is a good ball in behind the England defence. Parejuelo is onside. England defenders in her wake, but it's a miscontrol. Got the ball caught between her feet in the penalty area. It gets away from her, and Hannah Hampton gratefully grabs it. Yeah,
again, England could have been punished, but they haven't been. Spain just not ruthless enough on that counter-attack. It looked like they were away. It's Atenia who's come on just then. That substitution for Spain for Lucia Garcia, and she's gone down the middle, and she was the one who started that attack with almost her first touch, and England got away with it.
Yeah, there she is closing down Atenia Del Castillo as England clear through Millie Bright, headed forward by Paredes. Clinton trying to control it for England inside her own half, is run off the ball. Parejuelo passes to her left. Del Castillo is involved again. Short-sleeved red shirt. Got the black gloves on, though, for Spain. Wahhabi makes a break down the left. Crosses block. Goes behind for a corner. The full-time whistle has blown at Tottenham. John Southall.
And it's finished Tottenham 0, Manchester City 1. 1-0 up at half-time. Manchester City, thanks to Haaland's 20th league goal of the season. Tottenham much better in the second half. Odegaard, Dan Sotel, Johnson, Sarr and Son all went close. Then in the 98th minute, Pape Sarr headed over. That was their moment. Spurs' run of 3 straight wins is over. Man City back up to 4th. Tottenham 0, Manchester City 1.
Spain corner dealt with for now by England. Into the last 20 minutes of the game at Wembley. England's women leading Spain 1-0. Taking to the GTEC Community Stadium shortly. Full-time whistle has blown there. Spain continue to build an attack here, though. Caldente to Bonmati, darts forward down the inside right channel, followed by Walsh, gets a toe on the ball. James is there, knocks it out of play for a throw in. Bonmati wants to take it quickly, does so. Lobs the ball back here to Caldente. Caldente drives the cross in towards the back post. Foul inside the box. England free kick. Brentford, Everton, full time. James Gregg.
Yeah, a goal apiece. It finished a superb second half. Moyes' magic working again. 2 changes just before that O'Brien equaliser. And a moment ago, Mark Flecken kept the home side in this one tonight, saving 3 times from Beto one-on-one. Everton unbeaten in 7. Brentford haven't won here in 5. Brentford 1, Everton 1.
Liverpool still leading Newcastle by a goal to nil in the second half at Anfield. Williamson's ball forward. Paris tries to hold on to it for England. Little bit of head tennis. Drops in the midfield. Walsh has given the ball away, which is rare for her. Knocked back to the halfway line, and Spain have it with Battier, who's able to get her head up here and see Paraguayo run into space on the right. She pushes the ball past Niamh Charles. Bonmati on the move. Down to the byline on the right. Bonmati, again, head up. Low ball into the penalty. Del Castillo controls, but Bright is there to block her, and it's cleared for a throw into Spain. Izzy Christiansen.
Yeah, Bonmati is just starting to come into her own. She thrives in this sort of situation, backs against the wall, and she's just looking to pick up the ball wherever she wants on every blade of grass. She's running into the channels, taking Keira Walsh for a few walks out of position and just making things happen.
Wahhabi shot, Hampton's dive, throwing herself to her right-hand side, palms it behind for a corner to Spain. The pressure is building, just over 15 minutes to play at Wembley here. Corner coming for Spain. And once we've seen that, we'll take you to Old Trafford. It's been some game at Old Trafford tonight. Manchester United have been down to 10 men. Last we heard, they led 3-2. Spain are trailing 1-0, the world champions. Corner comes in, bounces once inside the England penalty area. Cleared away, 25 yards from goal. Here's Bonmati again, on the right, up against Chloe Kelly. Couple of little tricks, then the left-footed cross comes in towards that far post, reaches Spanish player at the back post, little lay-back, driven shot into the side netting. That goes behind for an England goal kick. Full time then at Old Trafford. John Bennett.
Relief for the Manchester United fans, a 3-2 win against Ipswich. 4 first-half goals and a sending off. United 1-0 down to 2-1 up, but Dorgu was sent off for a studs-up challenge, and Jayden Philogene made it 2-2 just before the break, his second of the game. It was all set up for Ipswich to get their first win of the calendar year, but Harry Maguire headed in a corner, and United held on for Ruben Amorim's 5th Premier League win. Manchester United 3, Ipswich 2.
So those are your full times in the Premier League tonight. Brentford 1, Everton 1. Manchester United 3-2 winners over Ipswich. Nottingham Forest 0, Arsenal 0. Tottenham 0. Manchester City 1. Chip ball over the top for Paris to chase. Cole's come a long way. Gets there just in time for Spain. Was the offside flag up? Yes, it was. That's going to be a free kick to Spain. What's happening at Anfield? Maz Farouki.
It is still Liverpool 1, Newcastle 0, Ali, but Liverpool lost a bit of momentum in this second half, and Newcastle seen plenty of the ball in and around the Liverpool area, but they are not able to find that target man, to find Callum Wilson.
No, just a bit more energy from Newcastle. They must have had a bit of a telling off at half-time. They've come out sharper, they've come out playing their passes a bit crisper, but Liverpool still have the advantage.
And Cody Gakpo is about to come on shortly for Liverpool, the first substitution in this match with half an hour to play. His side still leading by a goal to nil.
Here comes Spain, trailing 1-0. Just seen Caldente's shot fizzed into the side netting. Another cross comes into the England penalty area. Clears Charles. Battier throws herself at the ball. Desperate stretch inside the box. So Keira Walsh got a foot on it inside the England penalty area. That was absolutely vital.
Yeah, she was one of a few England players in and around it, but Ona Battier just threw herself at the ball in that back post area, and Spain are really, really turning the screw right now. They've got all the possession. They've had 15 shots in the game as opposed to England's 8, and that one just before was Uwabi, the left back, troubling Hannah Hampton, who pushed it out for a corner. So they're getting closer, Spain.
No wins in the last 3 games at Wembley for England. The draw against Sweden in the European Championship qualifier, the 0-0 draw against USA at the end of last year, the crazy 4-3 defeat against Germany. This will be a huge result for England, leading 1-0 if they can go on and take all 3 points. Defending to do again, Paraguayo comes gliding in from the right-hand side, back to Bonmati. Never seems to, like watching Messi, never moves the ball that far. You think, well, why can't she be tackled? She never can she? Just
Velcro on her shoes, on her football boots, just sticking to her feet. The ball, she's just been everywhere.
Yeah. Here's Lucy Bronze, so important for England, running with the ball inside her own half. Clip pass forward. Chloe Kelly gives chase. Mendes will beat her to the ball. get it back to the goalkeeper, Cato Cole. Let's check in on Kilmarnock Rangers. Gavin Wallace.
20 minutes to go, Ali. Kilmarnock 2, Rangers 3. And to be honest, Kilmarnock not really looking as if they've got anything really to give at the moment. Rangers pulling the screw. And if anything, it could be Rangers that score again. Kilmarnock 2, Rangers 3.
So if Rangers win, 13 points behind Celtic, who beat Aberdeen 5-1 last night. Ball over the top for Del Castillo to chase. Hampton, good starting position, well outside her penalty area. Clears with her right foot. Nikita Paris caught on the halfway line. Free kick given against her for the challenge between the two players. But actually Paris has taken a whack to the head, so we are going to get a slight stoppage in play, which allows me to tell you that it's Dundee United 1, Hibs 1, Hearts 1, St Mirren 1, Motherwell Dundee 1, and St Johnstone lead Ross County 1-0. Latest scorelines in the Scottish Premiership. 13 minutes to play, Izzy. As I was just saying, if England can get the win tonight, that will be massive for them, won't it?
Mega, if they can hold on. Going back to Chapper's question that he opened up to me with this evening was, is it the performance or the result for England? And I said performance, but if they can get both, which is what they're on course for at the moment, which is brilliant, then this would be a real statement, I think.
Izzy, you played for her country 31 times, scored 6 goals, watching England tonight. Leading Spain 1-0. Just going to check on how it finished, actually, the other game in this group tonight. Yes, Portugal won 1-0 away to Belgium, so they're on 4 points. Parachuelo chasing a long ball onto it, plays it into space inside the England penalty area. No one there for Spain. Hannah Hampton comes jogging across and just picks the ball up safely.
Yeah, Parachuelo just using the space in behind Niamh Charles, running into it. She's run the race. She's squared it to nobody, and that kind of sums up Spain's evening in terms of in that box area. They haven't had much to aim at because they're playing without an identified striker.
Ball down the left from Charles, backheeled volleyed flick by Battier. Ball on the halfway line. Now the goal at Anfield. Who scored it? Mas Faruqi.
It's a great goal by Alexis McAllister, Liverpool's second in this match. He almost kind of took ownership of this game in the second half for Liverpool. Picked at the ball in the midfield, 1-2 edge of the area. Great finish, curling past Nick Pope-Dion.
Yeah, Salah down the right-hand side again. Liverpool get the ball back at pace. It's a really high press in the middle of the park. Salah pulls it back to McAllister, just the right side of the post. Inside netting, brilliant finish.
And breathing room for Liverpool now in this second half. 2-0 they lead Newcastle.
Liverpool, as it stands, after Nottingham Forest 0, Arsenal 0, going 13 points clear, is he, at the top of the Premier League table. I never like to write these things off because you've seen so many different types of comebacks in other sports, but that's just...
Yeah, having seen their performance at the Etihad and the body language of the players and the staff of that Liverpool side, it looked to me like champions-elect.
Here's Toon for England. Now, England want to be champions this summer again in Switzerland to defend their European crown. Their first game on the 5th of July in Zurich. 5 Live will be there throughout the tournament. Wales in the group as well. Full coverage of all their games too tonight. They're leading Spain, England. 1-0 here in the Nations League. Alba Redondo is waiting to come on for Spain. 10 minutes left here in this second half. Hibs now 2-1 up away to Dundee United in the Scottish Premiership. On air with you through until 10:30 tonight. Plenty more reaction to all the football in the Premier League, as there will be in the Football Daily podcast on the BBC Sounds app tomorrow. Driving run here from Millie Bright. Great interception, finds Toon. Toon plays it forward to Paris. Paris forced wide inside the Spain penalty area, holds onto the ball for England, getting a shout from Chloe Kelly. She's pushed over and wins a free kick for England. How they would love a second goal to try and make this game safe.
Yeah, and you know what? That was an exceptional step in and reading of the game by Millie Bright. She just came steaming out of defence like a train. She read the square pass from Spain, who were trying to find the opposite pocket to build out and switch it through England. Millie Bright read it, stepped in, built a real intensity to the attack, and Nikita Paris gets released down that right-hand side and ends up winning a free kick in a really good area. Just gives England a chance to just diffuse and slow down, calm down.
Double change coming for Spain, another change coming for England. Jessica Naz of Spurs, as we now have to call them, or Tottenham Hotspur, getting ready to come onto the field. 9 minutes plus added time remaining. Lauren James with the free kick, headed away by Parachuelo. Spain have everyone behind the ball. Del Castillo on the turn, plays it to her left. Spain waiting to make the double change, so Zubieta and Redondo, the two subs. Catacol, Spain's goalkeeper, low pass out with her right foot to the captain Paredes, chased by Nikita Parris, doing a great job, making a right nuisance of herself for England there. And then the ball forward from Paredes finds no one, and it's all the way back to Hannah Hampton. Serena Wiegman said before the game, Hannah Hampton and Mary Earp, she has two world-class goalkeepers. She's still not made her decision as to what's going to happen at the Euros this summer. Hannah Hampton has been superb tonight,
yeah,
hasn't she?
She has, and she is a superb goalkeeper. She does lend herself to an occasional wobble, but I honestly can't name a modern-day goalkeeper that doesn't, because of the way that people want to play nowadays. You know, trends in modern football is to play out from the back, as we all know. Hannah Hampton's distribution, what it gives you, is excellent. And also Mary Earps, you know, in and out of the PSG team, moved over to France to play. The competition is very high in that area, which is what we want.
Maite Zubieta, 22-year-old who plays for Athletic Bilbao, comes on to win only her third cap. Alba Redondo, a 41st cap. Parachuelo, one of the players to come off. The other is Leah Alexandri of Manchester City, and Jessica Naz comes on to replace Ella Toone for England. St Johnstone have beaten Ross County 1-0 full-time in the Scottish Premiership. So as I say, yes, on air through until 10:30. All the reaction to the Premier League football in the Football Daily podcast, but also on that Football Daily feed, if you subscribe to that on the BBC Sounds app, a women's football weekly podcast for you following this game here tonight. England still leading 1-0. Good run into the penalty area by Del Castillo, but England again shut it down. Charles Chase, Bright was there. She clears with her left foot. And here's Bonmati. Ever dangerous. Corner of the England penalty area on the right. Del Castillo looking really sharp. Finds space. Drives it with her right foot. Bright is there again. Sticks her left thigh on the ball. It balloons up in the air and goes behind for the corner.
Yeah, Del Castillo, Atenia Del Castillo from Real Madrid. She's looked really, really lively since coming onto the pitch. She's pushing England into areas they don't want to be in. And I must admit, Niamh Charles has done really well. She's been equal to it. Her defending has been exceptional.
Liverpool leading Newcastle 2-0 in the second half at Anfield. Corner for Spain. From the right, Claudia Pina takes it. Headed away by Paris to the edge of the penalty area. Volleyed pass comes back to Bonmati. Dummies the shot. Rolls a pass to her right. Pina is there again. Deflected cross. Bright. Brave throws herself at the ball, wins the header. Walsh pushes a little pass forward. Here's Naz of Spurs taking on the whole of the Spanish defence here wide on the right-hand side. No supporters, eventually lost it. We have just over 5 minutes plus added time remaining, and England still leads Spain 1-0.
Yeah, and England have now got an outlet with Jess Naz, with the pace that she has, but she's got to keep the ball.
Here's Del Castillo, ball at her feet inside the England area, looks for the little cutback. England have enough bodies in the way. Walsh, the pass is intercepted, edge of the box. Caldente runs it forward. Bright is there to block her initially, and Caldente's overrun it. It goes behind for the goal kick, and Kira Walsh just turns and apologises to her teammates for giving them a little bit of a scare.
Yeah, it's not often Kira Walsh gives the ball away at all, but that could have been very, very pivotal. Caldente was lurking. She dribbled in after Kira Walsh just gave the ball away, and she'll be breathing a sigh of relief. But nonetheless, Kira Walsh's positioning, Walsh's positioning, that's not an easy thing to say, has been unbelievable for a holding midfielder this evening.
Yeah, world-class talent in that England midfield. Don't forget England here tonight, missing the likes of Alex Greenwood, Georgia Stanway, they hope will be back for the Euros in the summer. Lauren Hempen, Beth Mead as well. WSL action is back this weekend. Must mention we've got commentary on Sports Extra Sunday, 5:15. All the games on Sunday this weekend in the WSL. We've got full commentary of Arsenal West Ham. The 12:30 kickoff Manchester United Leicester is on the Red Button iPlayer and BBC Sport website. England in again, down the right. Can they kill this game? Lauren James shoots, Cole blocks, but it's over the line. No, it's not quite. I thought it had spun behind Catacol. Chloe Kelly was in to try and just stick it over the line, and somehow the Spanish keeper has held on. James absolutely fizzed it. Cole was going the wrong way, got something on it, and I thought the spin of the ball was going to take it past her. I went early.
Yeah, you're bringing it back to the cricket again, Ali, with that googly on the line. Kata Cole, tell you what, her reflexes were exceptional, because I thought she spilled that. Lauren James caught it really well, and it was actually brilliant abdominal strength to get the ball back and recover what was on the line. Chloe Kelly was lurking, but that must have been inches away from being 2-0 England.
I have to say, I'm afraid I really don't know too much about abdominal strength. That is not my my area of speciality. Motherwell 2, Dundee 1. Full-time scoreline in the Scottish Premiership. 3 minutes to the 90 to play. England thought they had it won. I was watching Lauren James on Friday night as well. Can hit a ball with a right foot or left foot equally well. What a player she is.
Seamless talent, seamless, glides effortlessly with and without the ball, and her tracking back tonight has been brilliant. She's had to do a job and she's done it.
Chloe Kelly booked for delaying the restart of the game, takes the free kick for England. She, of course, scorer of possibly the most famous goal in the history of the England women's football team. The extra time winner against Germany in the Euros final here back in 2022. Bronze is there to stop another Spanish attack. Williamson's clearance only finds Wahabi. Clinton still chasing for England. Back it comes to Caldente. We're now ticking over here into the 89th minute of the game. England still lead Spain 1-0. Jess Park's goal in the first half, and Liverpool still leading Newcastle 2-0 in the Premier League. That game kicked off at 8:15. What's Bonmati got in the locker here? It's a low pass to her left to Wahabi. Back it comes on the left-hand side to Zubieta. It's gone out for an England throw. Let's take you to Anfield now. Maz Faruqi watching Liverpool-Newcastle.
Great chance for a Liverpool third, Ali. Luis Diaz just the wrong side of the left-hand post in front of the Kop from Liverpool perspective. The ball across the face of goal from Salah from the right. Still Liverpool 2, Newcastle 0.
Attendance just been announced at Wembley this evening. 46,550. England next in action, and England's women in April at home to Belgium at Ashton Gate. Belgium home and away in the next two Nations League fixtures. And then the last two games, end of May, beginning of June, Portugal and Spain away. England on the verge here of inflicting a rare defeat on the world champions. And it's setting up quite a rivalry, this, at the moment, isn't it, Izzy? You think back to Euro 2022, England won in extra time in the quarter-final, didn't they? World Cup final, Spain win it. Tonight, England are winning it.
Yeah, fine margins as well. World Cup final 1-0, looking like tonight might be a 1-0er as well. We knew it would be tight. But yeah, two top teams, top players playing in two, majority of them in two top leagues in Spain and England. Give or take a few others in separate leagues across the world. But yeah, we're looking at players at the top of their game right now.
Great pace from Del Castillo down the right-hand side. Niamh Charles gasping for breath, stuck with her though, ran with her pace for pace. Spain trying to build on the right. Bonmati, of course, pops up in space, running across the edge of the England penalty area. Back it comes to Zubieta. Cross to Wahabi. Spain now attacking down the left-hand side. Bronze is really concentrating on the ball here. Got to be careful with the tackle. Cross into the near post. Hampton palms it away. Bright with a header. Bonmati tries to hit it on the volley. Didn't get enough on it. Caught a leg as she hit it as well. And England clear it long downfield as we enter 5 minutes of added time at Wembley. Hearts are beaten St Mirren 3-1 tonight in the Scottish Premiership. Rangers kicking off a bit later, 3-2 up at Kilmarnock. Del Castillo looking for the cutback. Bright and Charles both slide in. Charles blocks it. Another cross comes in. Williamson leaps, heads it in the air, drops at the far post, headed wide of the target and behind for a goal kick to England.
Yeah, there should have been a goal at the back post. Claudia Pina just can't generate enough on the header that's flicked on by Mariona Caldente. And England will be very, very happy to see the ball just trickle out of Hannah Hampton's goal at the side, and she just takes her time on this goal kick. She's definitely going long. Kira Walsh just giving a few claps of encouragement to her teammates to say, a few more minutes, girls, we've got this.
England needed the performance tonight, and so far they've got it. Back to Kilmarnock, Gavin Wallace.
And Rangers needed a performance tonight, Ali, and they've got it as well. They've just scored a fourth. Aidan Barami not long on the park, over on that far side, gets the ball to his feet and slips it under the goalkeeper. Kilmarnock 2, Rangers 4.
Fabulous defending again from Lucy Bronze for England. It looked like Redondo was away. Bronze caught up, took the ball off her, clears it downfield. It goes out for a Spanish throw. 3.5 minutes of added time remaining. Hibbs scored a late goal at Dundee United. Dundee United 1, Hibbs 2. Closing stages of that one in the Scottish Premiership. Spain have the ball, but inside their own half. England have got them where they want them at the moment. Jess Park's goal is winning this game. Walsh penalised for a foul. Looked like a 50-50 on the halfway line. Spain get the ball down quickly, take the free kick. 3 minutes to go in this game. And Spain will not give it up and have the players, let's not forget, scored 2 goals in added time on Friday to beat Belgium 3-2. They're into that England penalty area again. Lauren James back there this time with the challenge to Rob Caldente. Charles knocks it into the legs of Del Castillo and wins the throw for England. They are being made to work incredibly hard for this.
Yeah, they are. And England have been really streetwise as well in the game. They've made some really intelligent decisions when they've been under the cosh, and that one there being the latest from Niamh Charles. Just kicking the ball against the 10-year Del Castillo just to win a throw-in and bide a bit more time.
Here's Del Castillo again, clever feed edge of the England penalty area. Clinton makes the tackle, cleared away by Charles. Anywhere will do, way beyond Nikita Paris. Gives chase half-heartedly. Catacol, the Spanish goalkeeper, takes possession of the ball inside her own half. 2.5 minutes to play. England's women leading Spain 1-0. Full-time whistle is blown at Tannadice. Hibs have won it 3-1 against Dundee United. Paris and Battier battling for the ball. Still feel the nerves and the tension inside the stadium at the moment. Everyone knows how big this win would be for England. Ball forward into that England defence. Bronze is there again. Just thumps it away with her right foot. And it goes out for a throw. England's men will be here next month. Thomas Tuchel's first couple of games in charge in the World Cup qualifiers against Albania and Latvia. Friday the 21st of March, Monday the 24th of March. Of course, we'll have full commentary on both. England's women here winning the ball inside their own half. Bonmati trying to be everywhere for Spain. Spain have it. Zubieta to her left. They find space with Wahabi. Looks up and delivers the cross in. Headed up in the air. Might fall to Del Castillo. Decent first touch. Chloe Kelly back there. Takes it off her toes. Clears with her left foot. Almost the biggest cheer of the night.
Yeah, she just took the ball and snatched it well from Del Castillo just as she was about to pull the trigger. Good tracking back by Chloe Kelly.
Battier for Spain on the right. 4 minutes of added time are up. 1 minute of added time to play. England leads Spain 1-0. Battier's overrun it. Hannah Hampton comes charging towards the ball, falls on it inside her own penalty area. England almost there.
But yeah, lucky because Battier dribbles into the penalty area at speed, and Chloe Kelly just has a little nibble at her ankle, and if Battier had gone down, that would have been an interesting one. Whether the referee would have taken the bait or not. There wasn't much contact, but there could have been some. But this looks like England are in control. Just to see this one out, 45 seconds.
Hannah Hampton eking out every single second. Runs to the edge of the penalty area, clears the ball downfield with her right foot, volleyed back by Paredes. Leah Williamson is there, heads it forward. Naz battles for it for England. Bronze steaming up the right-hand side, passes up the right. No one there to chase the pass, so she does it herself. Knocks the Spanish player over Wahabi, and it goes out for a throw into Spain. But England have got Spain exactly where they want them, deep in their own half. And my stopwatch now ticks over and tells me we've played the 5 minutes of added time, and the England players roar with delight. They have beaten the world champions at Wembley. On the big night, they found the performance they needed. It will give them massive heart ahead of the Euros this summer and the defence of their crown. Jess Park's goal in the first half won it. A high-quality game of football.
An absolutely superb game of football we've just witnessed. It dropped off a little in the second half, but the intensity and the magnitude of that first 45, it felt like a semi-final, possibly a final of a major European or world competition. Just the 22 players on the pitch and the subs, of course, coming on, going absolutely at it 100%. This is the start of a massive rivalry between two top nations.
Yeah, rivalry building nicely. At the Euros in the quarterfinals, England won it in extra time. Spain won the big one in Australia, the World Cup final, by 1-0. This the first meeting since then in the Nations League, and England have the better of it tonight. They've beaten Spain. Jess Park's goal has won it. England 1, Spain 0.
And Izzy, you sort of look at that game as a whole over the 95 minutes, and you could probably pick out all sorts of different positives, couldn't you? From the attacking threat of Alessia Russo in the first half, to some of the substitutions that Veerman brought on in the second half, to then withstanding Spanish pressure going into the last 15-20 minutes. You've kind of got all aspects of a game there to put a big tick next to.
Yeah, absolutely. All phases of the game. Attack, defence, transitions, mid-low block, high press. We saw it all from both sides. And I think the game management from England, all in all, was really, really good. It looked like they flicked a switch in their minds to say we're in tournament mode already, and it starts to feel like they might start generating a little bit of that form, a little bit of what they've been searching for the last few months. And overall, I was super impressed, especially with that first half. The tactics, I'd never ever doubt Sarina Wiegman's ability to put an England team out to be competitive and win football matches, but I think she's absolutely dominated Spain tonight with her decisions in the game and her substitutions. I thought it was a brilliant overall performance from England.
So in-game tweaking.
Yeah, I think that the start. Let me start with the start. They're playing with Jess Park and Lauren James as the inverted commas wingers, but they were inverted. They played narrow. They packed out central areas. They gave Niamh Charles and Lucy Bronze the licence to roam forward when needed and provide that width from deeper positions. And it just meant England were more dominant in possession, because when Spain have the ball, it's difficult to maintain discipline. So when England win the ball back, they have to have the structures and mechanisms in place to keep the ball. And I thought Sarina Wiegman got that spot on tonight with the tactics. She then flipped it in the second half and brought Chloe Kelly and Nikita Paris on. And I thought that added a difference to England's game. It meant Lucy Bronze and Niamh Charles were more solid in a back four. They weren't going forward as much, and it just meant England had more pace up front. But that's a brilliant performance from them.
And then more pace up front, and therefore able to hit them on the counter then.
That's right, and that is a whole different phase of the game, counter-attacking. I didn't even mention that in the list before. So Jess Naz, Chloe Kelly, Nikita Paris, I thought came on and really ruffled a few feathers. And she came on in front of Aggie Beaver-Jones, who's probably the backup 9 with England right now, doing really well at Chelsea this season. But to bring Nikita Paris on back into the squad, I think it's a real statement. And I think Sarina Wiegman will be extremely happy after this victory tonight.
So then if we go back to our sort of pre-match discussion on squad depth, does that give you a bit more hope on squad depth, bearing in mind the players that were missing tonight?
Yeah, I was just about to say the 3 players missing, Georgia Stanway, Alex Greenwood, Lauren Hemp. I think you put them into the mix, and then you bring in the Chloe Kellys. If she's playing and she's on form, she's going to be selected. Nikita Paris is stake to claim tonight. Aggie Beaver-Jones. All of a sudden, you're looking at a squad of 18, 19 players that could start. And then you're looking at bringing in the depth and the experience around that to solidify the squad to the 23. And all of a sudden you're starting to cook at a tournament. And we've seen it over the years. You cannot win with 11. You need at least 18 starters, and that competition breeds natural competition within the squad.
And if you thought, as you sort of said, right, they look more in tournament mindset, do you think that has been, or that would have been a deliberate part of Wiegman's build-up to this, right? We, again, going back to pre-match, has been a little bit stodgy, not quite sure of what her best 11 is. Maybe also, some players who'd started quite well in the WSL not necessarily getting their chance with Wiegman. I'm thinking Grace Clinton, for example. So, is this now flicking a switch?
I think it's flicked a switch tonight. I do. I feel that way. I think Clinton and Toon coming in, they work their socks off. And that shows a lot, because Kira Walsh is probably one of the best holding midfielders in the world. She needs somebody alongside her to give her that balance, and that's normally Georgia Stanway. So I think there's a massive tick there next to Grace Clinton after tonight. I think there's a tick next to Ella Toon, back in form. And then all of a sudden you've got Lauren James in the mix, who's shown that she can track back tonight and do it to a really high level. And then you've got Jess Park, who's the batch winner, whose out of possession performance was as good as her in possession performance tonight. And you talk about tournament football, you need resilience.
And in terms of having a tournament head coach, tournament manager, Mark, I mean, Sarina Wiegman, just don't forget her record, because before she took over at England, obviously won the Euros with Holland 2017, took them to the World Cup in 2019, came to England, won the Euros, reached the next World Cup final as well. That's what you want in your corner, and the team's been out of form for quite a while now. I think they've reminded us tonight Mark, just what they're capable of. And if they get all those players back that Izzy's been talking about, 2 world-class keepers. Hannah Hampton was absolutely brilliant tonight. That is a really tough call, I think, for Serena Wiegman. But that was really promising from England tonight.
And this here you go, Izzy. Here's typical media being negative. At what point does the goalkeeper situation become a sideshow?
Well, we're talking about 2 world-class goalkeepers, but we're also talking about, if I can say this, a world-class personality in Mary Earps. And we all know that what Mary Earps has done at the World Cup, what she did at the Euros, she made a huge name for herself. And you've got to remember, for some of these female athletes coming through, they start to cut through into a market and become household names. Mary Earps is that person. I've got people, in my circles back home, friends, family, etc., that don't watch football, but they know about Mary Earps. Now, all of a sudden, you add a little sub-narrative to the goalkeeping situation, because people will turn on the TV and go, why is Mary Earps not playing? Well, it's actually because Hannah Hampton's playing better, or whatever Serena Wiegman's reasoning is. But honestly, I think it's a healthy situation to be in. And I do think Hannah Hampton's distribution is a cut above, if you're asking me. And I think that adds an extra dimension to England's game.
We'll try and get you some reaction from Wembley before 10:30. I'll be honest, when the lights went out, I did think we were going to go through the whole of Ali's cricketing career, so that was a concern for everybody. Thank goodness they came back on.